Today we're checking out 2 Point Campus. This is a sponsored stream. This is by 2 Point Studios as well as Sega. Yes, that's right, the Hedgehog people. So very excited to be doing this today. Is a follow-up to 2 Point Hospital if you've played that game. So it features all of the similar like wackiness and simulation at the same time. And there's fantastic writing in this game that I unfortunately can't play right now because then it will interfere with my monologue. But I'm happy to say that this is available on like pretty much every single platform, as well as 2 Point Hospital had a release physically on the Switch. So that was very nice to see. I always like to see games getting physical releases, and we'll see what happens here. But actually, it's kind of ironic because my former job was that I was a teacher. So when I got this deal, I know it's kind of blowing everybody's minds right now in stream. But I did that for 3 years, and then the pandemic hit, and life changed a lot, and my channel kind of started taking off. So I thought that this would be kind of a fun thing to cover. Anyway, more on the game, more on that later. I guess it'll just kind of come up, and no talking in the halls. But yeah, I like this game because it's just very like high in production values, and yet you can still get under the hood, which I always like to see in simulation games. It's very much what you see is what you get. So I've just been trapping people in the bathroom with plants. So we'll see how this goes as far as we continue. But more than meets the eye, I think there's great writing. I'll try to at least get to some of that. Nice art and fantastic production value. I really wanted to get more to the voice acting. Graphics can be a little bit hit or miss with some people, but I've described them sort of as like or I've heard them described as like Wallace and Gromit, which I like. And it's not early access, but they implemented a lot of feature requests in 2 Point Hospital, like sandbox mode, so we'll see what happens with this one. But that was just in the dev notes. Anyway, the game goes through kind of like a series of themed schools, but I'm thinking that we'll probably get through to the robotics one. This is just my horrible rendition of the main tutorial that I wanted to start on something like that. And it also has a lot of the devs from things like Theme Hospital. It's kind of a spiritual successor to that, and I believe that they have some of the devs from that game. So just, I don't know, like a very nice tradition to be following up in. But I think we'll see if we can unlock sandbox mode, because I'm going to go ahead and exit back out here too. Oh, wait a minute, the school year just ended, and probably everyone is continuing through to the next year, which is good that no one failed. And the average grade was, what, a 76? Okay, all right. Just go on from that. But yeah, I think we'll just try to recreate altruistically my own teaching experience in here. So I thought that would be very fun to try. Just for like a blast from the past. This is the culinary school. The culinary school was mostly just a lot of people having like a party, and somehow people were passing. I think everyone had a B+, and they just kind of looked the other way. I'm going to restart this level though, because I think that there's a lot to it. Methinks we need to begin a university. Obviously we need to begin a university, so pretty much the game plays out like this. You just get an empty plot of land, and then, like, it has a lot of architectural, let's say, room for improvement. But we're going to go ahead and need to go through these goals on the side. What I've noticed is that getting the school level up is very hard. And also, too, getting, like, the right amount of foot traffic in the right places is also somewhat difficult. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put all of the... I think we'll put the classes in the middle, and we'll try to, like, set it up as if it were RimWorld, right? Because I think that game has very good principles of design, or I have at least learned that therefrom. So if we put the lectern there, and then we put the people over here, and then the door goes there, and can we put in another door? We could. Okay, that would optimize the flow of foot traffic. Wow. So nice to see that happening. I'm thinking also, too, there's no talking in the halls. No, we have only one choice for a robotics teacher. I guess we'll just have this man hover in ghost-like fashion. He has inspirational speaking. Now, he motivates the students to work harder and has a 5% chance to inspire students. Rodney Lips. All of their names are puns, too, I believe. We have Robo Construction, so...
Dennis, if this is off again,
Actually, speaking of the in-game accents, now I'm realizing it is going to kind of unfortunately interfere with my monologue, but there is like very funny writing in the background. Listen to the voice of the voice actor behind mine, and imagine yourself playing and enjoying this game. It's like students should be inspired at all times and things, but it also did kind of catch me off guard. I was like, I did have a few LOL moments. I think that the robo construction should take place. We should have 2 wide hallways. I'm gonna struggle here because I want to keep like the flow of movement good, but at the same time I know I'm destined to fail. I guess we'll do 6 by 6. We'll just put doors all over. All over. There we go. Good. Nice. And we need to make room for them to type away at the keyboards. Can't put it there. I guess we'll put it there because it doesn't really matter where the board is. And then we'll just put this interesting looking terminal over here. Now, do we have another door? It's like a robot door or something. Yes, good. Foot traffic optimization. No, invalid collision door. Alright, that's fine. The placement is quite good, though, as you can see. Things are snapping up nicely. And we're going to go ahead and manage our courses. For this year, we'll do a robotics course. So we're going to get people to come in, and they'll try, and they'll most likely fail at robotics. But how much more money do we have? $294,000. So I'm thinking... let's spend the money on a bathroom. So we could begin with the bathroom over here, and we'll just put we'll like seed bathrooms in strange locations. Like maybe one right here, but it'll be only 1 stall. You know, we don't want like high volume bathrooms, because otherwise there will be a lot of wee and doo-doo everywhere. There we go. Nice. And we'll just give them some hand sanitizer for when they get out. Darn, we can't really have it in there. Okay, we'll just put it on the wall on the outside. Just don't tell anyone that you came in here and did this. Okay, there we go, trash bin. Alright, so now they can ease nature with wee and doo-doo. There we go. We'll give them a hand dryer. I don't know why they'll need it. Oh, no, I can't fit the hand dryer. The hand dryer is too large. Never mind then. Just, you know, tell people that urine is sterile. I'm sure that'll work. Now it says that we don't have a door. Fix invalid items. Oh, I gotta go fix that. Oh, it's because of the hand sanitizer, isn't it? I can't have the hand sanitizer. Oh, yes, because it does. Of course, it conflicts with the door.
Making sandwiches and polishing the communication tower
before
they even let you touch a microphone. There's more to radios than ability,
let's just put another one there.
And technological literacy.
Or do that. Okay, there we go. I tried to make the bathroom too small. I got too ambitious there. You know, let's just put a different bathroom somewhere else. Here we go. I'm gonna make it 4. A much more ambitious bathroom than the one... Oh no, I can't do it there either. Ah, darn it. Okay, door here. Poop here. And then hand sanitize. Just sanitize. That's it. That's all you need to do. Just... don't mind all the gazes and stares as you leave the bathroom disgustingly. There we go. Good. Ah, finally a bathroom. Now we're also probably going to need a library. Lecture theater, we've got that. But sometimes they'll get assignments where they need to go to the biblioteca. There we go. Ah, so we are getting some like door conflict right here. Can I put the doors right next to each other? Let's do this and this. And then just one sad desk for someone to work Like Charles Dickens. Here we go. Now we are going to get robotics bookshelves in this room. Had that happen the last time, and it took me off guard. Let's get a textbook station as well. And then are we able to get... Yes, a robotics bookshelf for all your evil robot needs. There we are. Good, so we've got the library, we've got the classroom. We've got all of this other crap. And I guess we can, do like a student lounge now, because everyone's usually very upset in school. Let's put the sofa right there. And then they need somewhere to wash their filthy hands. We'll need some sort of juice table. Good. Maybe a foosball. There we go. Good. Only, this is foosball for one, it appears. Good. Good enough. Put that over there. And then we'll do a refrigerator there. There we go. Nice. Let's do this. Did I build over the windows? Is there rude writing on the stalls?
My darling, albeit slack-jawed nephew Kevin ushered me through
Every few minutes this
and
fine
into a
British
world of
man
video
comes on and just
games.
makes me feel like
Yes,
my voice
I
isn't good
played
enough.
The latest entry in the popular
Vending
Meat Wizard
machines.
franchise
Wait a minute,
for
why is the
substantial
teacher cold?
reviews.
Oh, we need to put in these radiators to keep him warm. Here we go, we'll put a radiator into the...
Sticky and the subject matter obscene.
We can't have one in the bathroom. Yeah, maybe a different kind of juice, but it's ours. Hands. There we go. There we go. Upsy-daisy. Upsy-daisy. Nice fridge. Good, and then something to put the crap in. There we go. Put it over there. Alright. Student lounge is completed. Nice. I think we can start the year. Let's begin. Campus Commons had a foosball table. I mean, there's mostly just partying done in these universities. Manage courses. Upgrade. We have only 10 course points, so we can't, unfortunately, upgrade the course. So we're going to start the year just on, like, a pretty tepid note. We have robotics as a course, which I believe is here. Yeah, this is the robotics project. But we have some sort of robot man teaching us how to run the school. I don't know how comfortable I am with that. We have to get to campus level 3, which we do by mostly like a lot of interior decoration and stuff like that. So, kind of on the fence about this. We can also just kind of quickly hire staff to make our place better. I would like to get radiators in to keep people warm because apparently this place is very cold. Let's go ahead and put some in over here and here. And maybe here as well. Get it in the library. Keep those books nice and hot. Would never read a cold book. Wouldn't dream of... Your book is getting cold, son. Come to the dinner table. You'll be hot with reading. There we go. I don't actually have to confirm that. I had to confirm the other rooms, so I accidentally deleted them all before. We have heaters. This door... Why is this door slightly on a crack? Oh, we've already got cyborg robot people coming in by the droves. Now, I'm trying to tell if those are prosthetics or if they're just... everyone in the school walks around like a robot, too. Not only are they studying it, but they dance it. They live the robot culture in every way. Look at them go. Showing how advanced they are. Look, this man is Shrek. He's in a Shrek cosplay convention. What is he doing? He's just having low self-esteem everywhere and spreading his low self-esteem all over the halls. No talking in the halls. Dormitory. Now this was what I was looking for. We're just going to put a lot of beds and very sketchy wardrobes in this room. I'm thinking that this will be good. We'll have like one entrance here. Actually, they do kind of line up one way for this. This is the most bizarre room in this game. People will just get into beds.
It's a proud tradition.
It was really weirding me out when I... Here we go. Let's just have a lot of beds right next to one another so that people can get into them.
but it's
Good, and then we're going to have a lot of these
definitely
wardrobes over here on this wall
just
so that they
like
can...
Mama used to make.
Well, you'll see what they do with the wardrobes, but it is bizarre.
Reminded that you came here on purpose.
There we go, good. Lots of wardrobes and beds. Good, the campus is leveled up. We're already accomplishing so many of our goals. Wow. I can't even believe it. Oh, his name was Linda. Hang on a second. Let's go get a look at our students. I'm going to go ahead and just open up the student view. We have, yeah, Linda Field. Why is he... Wait, is it a she? Maybe it's a she. And we just aren't seeing her for who she is. Are you? Nah, that's probably a man. I would say he's a man. Wait a minute, there might not be any... I don't know what Linda is. Is there any way we can tell? No, I don't know, but maybe those were in Shrek cosplay. It was just hair.
Your chicken
Oh,
is
well,
not
you know.
unique.
Upsie-daisy, I'm such a boomer. Now, we've got a posh guy over here, and more robot people. We will sometimes perhaps get in vampires. Like, this guy doesn't have on the robot stuff yet. Sammy's shirt dress. But he's at a solid C+, and he's walking like a wind-up toy down the hallway. Good, now they're going to go in here and just discover literally a skeleton in the closet. Yeah, we gotta get him a club. There's a bomb in there. I'm gonna show you guys some of the wacky stuff in this game, though, before I go much further. You're aerodynamic, but you have good library management. Library management is actually somewhat important here. And since we have a library, I will confine you to the library. What is your name? Ben Lane.
Hard work.
I really thought it was going to be bent over.
Pay off.
Okay, so you will manage the library, you scrub. We don't have any of the other stuff, so you just stand in there. Good, we have him doing his important thing. I guess we should probably warm up these hallways. Let's put that over there. Otherwise, everyone will be cold and unable to learn. Good. 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 Oh, okay, everything's leveling up. We're about to put plants all over the place. Nice. Playing foosball alone. What a nice way to spend some time. I'm thinking, yeah, we should probably go for the training room, but there's also other things that we don't, or that we do need, and it's gonna take us a minute to get to. So let's put this down here. Now, they won't need to use this often. It's just every now and then we need to brainwash one of our staff members, and it can be a pretty small room as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here.
Stories like this are scandalous.
There we go.
It's perfectly clear to me that a group of
I think that's
students
all
have
we need for
fabricated
that.
the images somehow, and yet this poor minister faces all manner of
I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the volume. Although I really like this, like I enjoy the commentary that they have on the radio. I'll leave on Tannoy because I think it just doesn't go off for as long. But when you are playing on your own, it's just sort of like this social voice in your ear. Like it gives all these social commentaries as you go along. It just says the most bizarre things. I don't really feel like it works right now for streaming though, so I'm just gonna leave that off. Now this is a happy janitor, but this one is able to maintain. Like, I don't really feel as though happy is a... You don't need to be happy to work, so just sitting there. Good. Okay, let's brainwash you now. So we're going to train... Who is our janitor? Vladimir Muddle. We're going to train him to upgrade things. Yeah, there we go. So we can upgrade machines and other stuff like that. Hey, Beerzerker Studios, thank you very much for the sub. And Poet Art, thank you for the 2 months. Yeah, it gives you the feeling... That's good. That's actually quite a fair way to state it. Not sitting alone in your own room when you're playing video games, but this is my favorite animation. He just... He's sitting in the electric chair.
Staff are reminded to be
I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm struggling a little bit here because this game just has so much content in it that I almost feel like my own commentary is like, it can't keep up with it because this game is just so dense with things to comment on. You know what I mean? Like, it is very fun, but now that I'm streaming it, I'm also like, there's just so much good writing in here that I feel as though to just play this would kind of speak for itself. Upgrade the robotics project. Okay, so now we've got to go ahead over here. And since we've trained our janitor, we can go ahead and increase the learning power. Don't ask what this is because it's a really weird name, but yeah, you can get more learning power on everything. So what other things are we going to need? There's going to need to be some individual tutoring going on, which is going to be very, very expensive. Let's go ahead and get rid of this door, actually.
Please change your
Look at that. Why do we have a security breach? Oh, there's not one. Never mind. Okay, so everyone's getting stupider slowly in the school. We're going to need a research lab. The research lab is quite useful too early on because we have to, get more technology and stuff like that. We should probably put these things near the future staff rooms, though, because I'm going to keep brainwashing and creating projects to torture help our staff. So let's go ahead and 4x4 should be enough because this one doesn't really need to be particularly large either. There we go, good enough. Actually, we could make this one very large. I take that back, but I'm not going to. Yep, that's what's secretly been happening when everyone's been in the electric chair, of course. Of course it is. Now, we will boost the research speed by, I think it's 1%. I don't know if this stacks, but I'm willing to try it out. Because if we can boost research speed by 3%, research does actually take quite a long time to do. So that would be nice. I don't know what Mega Hand is. But I want it. I think it's retained some of my research from the last time.
And education is
it has! So we're going to go ahead and employ more teachers. Carrie Terry, that's a hard name to say. Belinda Humbug. She's rapid. She moves faster than most. Toilet comfort decreased slower than most and worked in a hospital. Culture mulcher. Okay, well, you don't have to, defecate, so obviously that's an advantage. Good, good. Now, some of these faculty members won't actually teach, but they'll just pretty much research all the time. One of them's going to teach, one of them's going to give private tutoring, and one of them's going to do that. Carrie Terry is quite a good... Should we hire her as well? Oh, wait, I'll take... Well, let's see. Niall Longbottom. Drops litter, poor personal hygiene, and he has a weak bladder. He's out of excuses. Okay, she's pretty much only got good stuff, so let's take her. In fact, what was our first teacher like?
hitting the books.
Where's he?
Doesn't mean what
Who are
you
you?
think it means.
What are your assets and liabilities? You just drop some litter occasionally. Okay, that's not great, but I will take it. It's not like you poop your pants in the middle of teaching, Sorry, everyone, I've got to go. That would be crazy. I wonder if that's ever happened to someone teaching. Let's just put garbage cans everywhere. Though it also means that he'll have to go around and collect more garbage from various places. Yeah, need that in your CV. I poop less than average. So we're trying to get to campus level 12. We gotta get some level 6 robotics students. Like, all signs that our university is increasing. People are using the library and walking around in bizarre fashion throughout it.
Frequently asked questions.
Is there any foot traffic? I guess I should ask. Not really. Not seeing tons of it. I was hoping we would get more people in the student lounge because I just had this giant sleeping party before, which was kind of fun to watch. It was like a huge slumber party at school. Building a robot they should just do over time. Yep, here it is. The robot has one leg of Exodia and the torso of Exodia. Is it the front man for MCR? Actually, I didn't put that together, but yeah, it does kind of look like the MCR get-ups. Staff room. Now, we could recharge our staff, since our staff are going to need to be trained and, you know, disciplined and things like that. Now, the one that I didn't get is there is some, like, British lingo in here, like tuition room. A tuition room is just a tutoring room. Or we call them tutoring rooms over here in the U.S. Well, we don't really call them anything, but I guess you call it tuition over there. Is that what you call it? Or has the game been lying to me? Again, this is all just blueprints for right now. We're going to go ahead and put this over here so you can show someone negative parabolas and a log curve or whatever it is, a negative. It's something trigonometric. Yeah. And then a circle in case if no one knew what that was. There we go. Nice and warm in there. Nice and toasty for your doo-doo. Nope, that's good. Okay, now this is if people need private individual tutoring. But that's very nice and satisfying. You know, I really do like how this game is still on a grid, because so many games have forsaken the grid. And I just think that all games should be played in grids. Assistant needed in library. Well, where is our assistant right now? He's supposed to be... Hang on a second. Personnel. Ben Lane, why are you just standing out there in the grass like Bartleby the Scrivener? Get back in there, baby. Oh, maybe it's because he doesn't have a staff lounge and he's getting slightly less happy over time. Okay, that's fair, actually. I guess there's going to be a lot of foot traffic around the middle, and since we've got the student area in there... You know, let's go ahead and delete this door. And then just put a staff lounge somewhere around here, because staff are important, too. Yes, actually, it does sort of look like an octagon. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, there's going to be some combat in here later on. I suppose we'll do the staff room there, and, like, we'll try to keep it a nice... They could go through the quad. I'm just trying to keep things, like, in proximity to one another. A lamp. Get the doo-doo off of your hands. There we go. Good. Get a trash bin, because you're full of crap. We want to induce conversation. Meets in the middle. What do they have to do in here anyway? How staff communicate. Oh, through that thing. That's fair, that's fair. All right, let's also get some of these vending machines just out in the middle of the open, because people are hungry and thirsty as well. And we haven't, you know, attended to those needs. Now we're going to use, what are these? Morsel men. I'd love some morsel men. Good. Tarquin Foxbridge. Have we finished off more of our projects? Let's also see if we can we upgrade these yet? Nope, it doesn't seem we can. What have you been doing in here? Have you been doing your research? Oh, you're chilly. Hang on a second. Let me go ahead and give you a radiator for this room. Good, so you won't be so cold when you're and sad when you're researching. There we go, nice. Everyone is very cold in this school, and they really aren't making very good use of, like, insulating by having these wide entrances. But that's okay, good. Good, we have some awards. Oh, awards at the end of the year. We've made it to the end of our first academic year. Nobody failed. Average exam results are 73. Honestly, not that bad for robotics. Isn't the average in that, like, very low? Question came up. Is it made by the same people that made 2 Point? Yes. So it's 2 Point Studios. And before that, they made the theme games. Like, or, well, it wasn't officially this studio, but it's a lot of the same people in the studio, I've heard. So it is sort of like an homage or a spiritual successor to that. Oh, so we did finish it. Good. Training pod would be useful, but wouldn't the lectern be better? Research time. Lectern 3, but what does Lectern 3 do?
I know I will.
The Mega Hand 3, but we haven't actually gotten to the Mega Hand yet. Let's get the research hub itself better, just because that would improve the speed of all of the research, right? We can upgrade this lectern for $15,000. My word, that's very expensive. Robo design. Oh, good, we're going to open up our robo design class. So beep boop beep bop bop. Let's go ahead and make a robo design. This one is actually kind of cool because it's a big robot hand in the middle of the classroom, and I think that's neat. Put this one over here, not too far off from everything else. And put a big robot hand to intimidate the students. And that's all they learn about for most of the semester is just look how big this robot hand is. 5 out of 5 courses available. We've got general knowledge. That's my favorite course. I do really like that. Hang on a second, but let's upgrade our main robot one, because this is, after all, a robotics school, so we should have that. And let's also go ahead and hire another teacher. Mandy Fuddle, who isn't looking at the camera. She's looking directly away from it. She could go in there. Now, what did she teach? You can teach robotics. I suppose that also works for this class, because it's... Well, it's robo design, so don't you just need a degree in robotics? I suppose robo design could. Actually, these are all the same icons, so that's important. So they have 3 robots in a row right here, so I presume we're going to need at least 3 teachers, if not more, to accommodate this kind of Lawrence Scream. Lawrence Cream. It is another pun. Yes, the fingers of Exodia. Actually fair. Actually fair. Toilet comfort decreases faster than most. Gets thirsty easily. We don't want this person in our lives. But he's also somehow inspiring despite the fact that he gets so thirsty and and he has to go to the bathroom. Can you imagine somebody whose mouth was just drying out and then he started like, oh, I have to get out of here. And then people are just, great job. So inspiring. You just get thirsty easily. You know, I think I'm going to take Stephanie Phantom because all that she's doing is dropping litter all over the place. Stephanie Phantom, you're hired. How many teachers do we have now? Should be more than enough. Oh my god, look at all the teachers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, my word. My word. Well, that gives us plenty for tutoring and stuff like that as well. Do we have the... Yeah, there we go. I think we're good. We have the 20 course points left. We could have another course in... It wouldn't hurt if people who built robots in our world were funnier. And, you know, this is a problem I've been trying to solve for years. Unfortunately, I do actually have to get another lecture theater, so we're going to have to do that too. But yeah, we're going to teach comedy and robots in this school. I don't know why that's like... Why is that... Why is that a combination? But all right, I'm not here to question the game. I'm here to play the game. Let's go ahead and put another one of these here. We'll just put that in there, and good. The door will actually fit there. Good. So that's going to be that. We're going to, for some reason, need a science lab in there, and then we need somebody to be funny for the students. So Dorothy Pond drops litter. Good hygiene. Unfortunately, she also has a weak bladder, but that's kind of funny, to be completely honest with you. We've also got the science lab coming up, so let's go ahead and do that.
Thank you.
What I find in this game is that I just start to run out of room for... Oh, hang on a second. That didn't work at all. I'm going to need to make it 5 by 5 with all these minimum room requirements. All right, I'm thinking we're kind of running out of space here. Can I do this? Unfortunately, that'll lead directly into the other rooms. God forbid, that would be a disaster. Can I do the second floor? I actually haven't tried to do the second floor yet. I haven't seen anything for it, so I'm going to assume no. But I can build outside, which I haven't really taken advantage of yet. This room requires a board and some sort of funnel in the middle. There we go, good. We should have more than enough teachers for all of this as well, so I think that they'll just keep teaching. What else would they do? Teachers, just keep teaching. Oh, maybe we could make it really hot in one of these rooms. That looks too hot. Let's find out what happens.
We are testing you.
Actually, that might be very bad. But that's quite funny, too. He's overheated. Actually, actually kind of observe what happens to him. So is his temperature rising? Thermal comfort. His thermal comfort is dropping, but theirs is kind of Goldilocks right here. 70%. Oh, he is hot. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to sell that. Now we do get a nice look at it. Can I get the temperature here? Yeah, there we go. It's kind of it's cold on that other side of the room. All right, I guess that's good enough. It's not like we're teaching in the Arctic right here. And did I start academic year? I guess I didn't. Okay, begin. Yeah, comedy and robots. That's our school's theme. Very specific niche to have picked out. Yeah, combine the sauna and the library. Oh, there goes Count Dracula in such a bad mood again. Why are you upset, you dingus?
Students should check
Meet up with Phoebe Muddle. Wants to join a club. Hey, we should have a club. I was saying, there's also events and stuff like that you can do. Let's see if we're ready for anything. Tony Downhart wants a bat poster. I guess we could do that. Yep, poster of bats up. Ah, yes, we can upgrade the lectern as well now, too. So let's go ahead and upgrade those lecterns. In fact, we've got 2 of them. So it's going to take him 30 days to finish welding the lectern. All right, I'm okay with this. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and start training our staff. Here we go. With professional development. Oh, I could teach them to something they're not naturally good at. Welding the wooden lectern. So what are your flaws? Ben Lane was the guy who was in the hot library. I guess we should train him in library management because he'll be better at that. Should probably hire another assistant. Are we missing people for anything? See, where is Ben Lane? There he goes to be brainwashed in the chair. Go, Ben. Go past all those clowns. What a strange school this is. I can tell with the robot school. I thought the culinary school was kind of normal, but then when I pulled up this one, it just started getting kind of crazy. There's also a wizardry school, and there's a spy school, which I haven't gotten up to yet, and then there's a night school. I'm hoping we can get to at least one of the wackier ones. If not here, then later. Robotics bookcase. Oh, I guess they don't have an assignment in that or something. I'm guessing, what is that? Can't get more information for that, but yeah. Usually they'll go to the library if they get an assignment or something. Okay, so we're on our next research project. Almost there. We're going to get more robotics students. So I guess at this point, we could either just start hiring more staff. Usually that's pretty good for upping your university. We also want to make sure that we're actually making money. Tuition fees are making up for this, and we make $14,000 a month. That's quite a lot. Jesus Christ, how are we making that much money without me really thinking very hard about making money? I like that, though, in games when I'm not like, oh, we have $0 again. Yeah, hire more students. I suppose that if we just have more classes, that is kind of fair. Then we could pay for... So be it, so be it. Well, here's how it works. So if we want to get more courses for the next year, we're going to need to get more points, which we get by like passing more students. So pretty much just by doing a good job at this, we can get more faculty and stuff like that. That's where the grind comes up in the game. We've got Bookworm Collector. Collecting bookworms. Wait, is this a bookworm? No, that's not a bookworm. Occasionally, bookworms will just pop out of the grass at any given time. We haven't really seen it with this school, but I think there's one right there. No, that's not it. Those kind of come out of nowhere. 4 students are at risk of failing. View student. Hang on a second. Oh, why do you have an F? You dingus. Yeah, go to the library, you idiot. That's what your professor says. Oh, we probably should make more bathrooms too, because these people are unable to create. Oh, look at all the doo-doo that's still in there. Hang on a second. Yeah, we're going to need to hire another janitor. Horatio Odyssey is a very good name. Poor personal hygiene, he's gross. Toilet comfort decreases faster than most. Don't like that, but he does move fast, so even though that he's got to, create more doo-doo, he at least is getting rid of it efficiently. Gets hungry easily, but has excellent personal hygiene. Excellent. Okay, so then this guy is perfectly good. Ariana Bork, or she. She... I guess everyone in this game looks like a man. I mean, I don't know. I think that they have men's builds. Yeah. Well, maybe except for you. or just all like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. Oh, look, they're using the bench. Making friendship. Hey, no dabbing in the hallways. No dabbing. Students complete 5 private tuition. Good, they are starting to get some use out of this, though. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the bookworms, because I'm not really spending that much time outside. Now, the bookworms will... Oh, wait, there's one. Okay, good, we got one. So you just got to click them whenever they come up, but they, like, pop up out of nowhere. They're not super essential, but they go away really fast. I feel like I'm playing Counter-Strike when I'm trying to click these things. Ambush them. Anyway, probably not going to fulfill that contract. Keep upgrading the campus, methinks. Oh yeah, and we needed the extra bathroom as well, because no one was creating the doo-doo. Let's have like one big hall where people can just get out a swath of doo at once. There we go. Good. People are using those bathrooms and getting out the evil spirits from their bowels. Good. Good. Research hub can be upgraded for $15,000. Okay, good. We can get to this now. Because research does take a while to do. And can we upgrade this kiosk? Or terminal or whatever it is? We've upgraded this thing. Lectern 2 now. We're showing a thing of clown shoes because they're very funny. Oh, this must be the humor class. They're just looking at diagrams of balloons and maracas. That is quite funny. I mean, this is only like the half of it. This is only the visual portion. There's also all this voice acting stuff that I'm not really showing that's like super funny as well. Oh, why? Stop stealing. All right, good. Looks like you're working. Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate you, brother. 6 teachers, 1... I guess we'd better get another assistant. This guy has some sort of smiling problem. Excellent personal hygiene, moves slow, gets hungry easily. Toby Sandals, excellent personal hygiene. Probably Toby Sandals. Or Bobby Flop. Nah, not Bobby Flop. Good, we're at level 7. We're progressing along quite nicely here. We have unfortunately, we have a health inspection. What else is going on in this class? They're learning about the Iron Giant, Warhammer, Sprue. Oh man, I haven't played Warhammer in a long time. Now she's doing the robot in front of the class to demonstrate how they might take over the world. Good, we've got... I feel like it's so bizarre. Hexagons, good. Best gons, best shape. Some sort of battery thing here. Good, that's class. Unfortunately, someone threw out a... trash. Let's go do another trash there. Good. But there's one right over there. Lazy. Okay, where are we? Actually, this is a good time to explain the calendar. Good, we are at full speed. But here we go. We're in March, April. I guess we have like exams in May. Telling jokes, part 1, the setup year 1. Oh, we're actually teaching like terms of it throughout. Now, days do go by very quickly in this. And good, we've got a lot more money again. So then let's go ahead and use that to just hire more staff. I think we're going to need more janitors because they just aren't doing a very good job right now. Is this a high school sim? I feel like it would be kind of like college. Like clown college, I guess. Excellent personal hygiene moves slower than most. Poor personal hygiene gets hungry. Excellent personal hygiene moves fast. Oh, this guy's good. Lauren Mackerel. She. Darn it, I did it again. Let's get more bang for our buck from these people. Now, we could fire them all. Vladimir Muddle. He's the guy who upgrades things. Doesn't he already have this? What happens if we give him 2 of those? 29 days to upgrade. Oh, maybe it's because he's already had 1 thing of training. Then let's try training somebody who's not good at anything. Maybe who's like the funny teacher? Here we go. Dorothy Pond, you would be useful to make better. So let's give you some comic timing so that you can keep the comedians happy, because you should be happy when you're in funny school, right?
Plants need water.
Oh, we need a development station for an assignment. Hang on a second, I don't have that yet. I do need that, actually. I don't quite remember which room that is. I'm guessing that's library? Whoops, keep that there. I guess we gotta click on the door to edit the room. Development station. Oh, here we go, development. Have I researched that? We are in the infinite number of items screen. My word, look at all of the different portraits on this. Maybe it wouldn't be in the library, though. Maybe it's somewhere else. Hang on a second. Stay with those changes. Don't know where it is. Oh, there we go. Ah, I can just snap to the item. Good. That's what I wanted.
Not to me.
I guess that this has to go in here. Let's just put this. We're going to have to move some things around. This is going other places. I think like right there would be good. Hey, Rexicopter early. Thank you very much for the sub. Actually, I don't know why some of these didn't go off either. Timbino TV. Hey, thank you very much for the sub as well. And damn it, Peter, for the bits. I think you could face either direction. Actually, it seems as though they could face any direction. Let's get this trash can out of here, because who cares if they litter in this room? Here we go. We just need more room for these essential items. I think that's good. I want to keep the rooms to a small size, though. Good. That robot's almost ready. Now, I was hoping that they could use the robot, like, around the school, you know, as a large hall monitor. Like, who could execute people. But so far, I haven't seen it. But I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen the full robot abilities yet. Let's see what they're learning about in comedy class again. Somebody spent $150 in comedy class. On something or other. Why isn't it? Oh, somebody is getting tutoring. All right, good. Pretty efficient, this building, though, compared to my last one. The one that I started on was quite awful. You have your training. Your training's been scheduled. Campus level 8. Good. We're humming along nicely here. Few student. Just open up the contracts again. Android poster wanted. Now you want an Android poster, but how is that going to help? Staff wages accept. Neon guitar. Now I'm a little nervous about unlocking some of these things because I want to use them for... Ooh, student lounge party would be okay though. Schedule an event. Not enough time remaining. We can't do it anyway. Alright, we'll have to do it the next academic year. Which I think we are just about at the end here. And we're in July. Wait a minute, in fact, why didn't they... Oh, I suppose that the new academic year must end in August. Like, they all leave in July. Whack-a-worm... Does Whack-a-worm have a time limit? Collect 5 bookworms. No, I don't believe it does. I think I could just do it whenever.
I will.
Right, so that's how we did for that academic year. Hooray! Learning about... this isn't actually our crest. This is just a crest. But good, nobody's failed out. We haven't expelled all of our students yet either.
Summer break would be a convenient time for construction.
Manage courses. Okay, but these are course points. Oh, these are actually separate from our purchase points. My bad. I thought because they were a circle that was gold, that meant that they were, that meant that those were our course points. But in fact, they weren't.
Wow.
Because you want to sit on a bench at school. I don't know why you paid all that tuition money just because you want to sit on a bench. But, you know, it's your life. You can live it however you want. I think I'll just put this... I would like it to be symmetrical. Sort of. It throws me off when they aren't. Good, there you go. Sit down. Sit down and shut up. There we go. Good job, everyone. Oh, now we have 30 course points available. And it seems that the next course will be... We could do either we do have a scientography lab, so maybe I'll do this. This would kind of make sense rather than how to be funny at a... I suppose I could have done it like as a technical school, but maybe we secretly have another niche, you know, and telling good jokes that, you know, because of all the adversity we experience on a daily basis from, well, evil robots.
Oh, glorious day. The frog sage is building the halls of enlightenment.
I thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 500 bits, Might Night Taco holdout. Indeed, like, hopefully to enlighten people and not just make them stupider. As well as R3A3W3R. Thank you very much for the $5.
Students are reminded
I don't know why. Something's up with my notifications right now, I feel like. Either that or it could be my ears. There was something wrong with my ears a few days ago. When can we see a Rim War session? I haven't done Rim War in a long time. We need another funny business teacher. Oh, and we're going to need more segments of all the courses because now they're expanding. That's quite good. Okay, let's go ahead and put down another lectern. I think 4x4 would be enough here, and then we could put some sort of bad, you know, like urinal around on the other side. There we go. Good. Upsa-daisy. Another one of those. Let's do another robot construction room. We've already got one. But I guess, you know, the course just keeps expanding. We may need to... In fact, does it need to be 6x6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we aren't even going to have enough room over there anymore. How could this happen? We may need to build the second campus building around here. Let's build it, like, barely within our property. Just to kind of cheap out on everyone. Come on, just combine with the other building. Okay, I'll do 7x7. I want it to line up, sort of. Alright, okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. I probably should have bought more land, but I'm trying to keep it for a staff bonus. Let's do another robot land in here.
janitor required in
Oh, I guess that they've got to, like, finish building this place. There we go. It's mysteriously popped into existence.
The campus has opened a new building.
Hey, Captain Colonel, thanks for the 100 bits. R3A3W3... No, I think it worked out. Anyway, I got a notification for it. Thank you very much. I'm thinking robot construction. Maybe like just one room in which to contain the evil of the robots. But then yet we have this sort of awkward... Well, it's kind of nonsensical, but whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. We have another one of those. We need another funny business teacher, and we need another science lab. Have they been using this one, though? Well, if the game says we are supposed to do it, I guess we're supposed to do it. We do need 5 by 5 though, and we have room for. Let me just count it out. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would really be kind of a squeeze here, and I don't want to block up this hallway. So let's go ahead and do. Yeah, let's just do another campus building over here, way on the edge again. Good, good. And then I do kind of want it to keep being symmetrical, so we'll do that. And then, good enough, good enough. Yeah, sell the tree, sell the tree. We don't want that. Well, not fire. Hire another funny business teacher. This guy is fast and drops litter. He sounds like somewhat of a litter criminal. We could create. I can't connect the path, but I can create a love bench next to it. So I'm gonna do that instead. And maybe like a hedge. Oh, we can unlock hedges. Oh, the damage, the psychological damage we'll cause with these hedges. Just in some, like, bizarre, abstract. We can even do them diagonally. Oh my god. How is this allowed? Why would we have hedges somewhere? What? Increase attractiveness. Belongs outside. I don't know, I like a good indoor hedge every now and then. Adds an artistic flair. Alright, I guess we'll start the new year because we've got enough people. Right? Yeah, should be good. Alright, alright. Make a maze. I think, no, I saw RT made a maze. I think that's a pretty good idea, though. maybe we should do a maze like RT did. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything. I saw, I watched about, like, 2 minutes of his. I like to do it on my own first nowadays, though, because I can never watch anybody else's thing, because I always find that if I watch somebody else's video on a game, I always just try to, like, recreate what they did. I'm like, ooh, that looks like fun, but it kind of prevents me from getting my own idea. So I just like to, like, try to get an idea, and then when I'm about midway through it, I'm like, what else can you do with this game? And then that made it, I don't know, that makes it fun for me. Why don't all campuses have hedge mazes? Probably because of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining and the psychological damage that was done to people from hedge mazes due to that. Yeah, find your way to the center. If only we could put something at the center of the maze. Just trying to see, like, the one thing that I think would be helpful here would be we're getting some sort of hamburger inspection. No, roach burger promotion. Evaluated. Someone order a guy in a bug suit. Why are you the bug inspector dressing up like a big bug? There he goes. This hypocrite. He's going to scare everyone. How are you qualified to be a bug inspector? Get out of there. Stop taking notes on people in the bathroom. That's offensive. Alright, well, good to see that it actually just goes for the... I mean, the toilets were all clean, and it looks like we're going for a drink out of one of the toilets. Like, the janitor was trying to show how clean the toilets were by going over to take a sip out of one of them. You know, just to prove that we care about hygiene here. Good. As I was saying, you know, I'm hoping I can find some place to see, like, more quick visualizations of data. I guess we can go to campus overview and see what we've got in there. Number of rooms, monthly profit. Now, this is quite good. We've got our budget here, but I can't really see where does the money go toward. I guess we just go into that. Oh, this is helpful. Oh, we can even see the kind of progress over time. That's nice. Your income and your expenses. Okay, I take this all back. Yeah. So almost everything is going towards staff wages. I believe that this is like real life school budgets. I mean, our janitors do drink out of the toilet because they're so committed. This game is great because of bizarre stuff like that. Like, look at him. He's really getting in there. This is all that this man does all the time. He just gets intimate with toilets. I mean, woman. Good, we got some Kadaj. Why does Kadash sound like something more illicit? Now we're getting really filled up hallways. I was thinking that 2 wide would be enough. But people do kind of need areas to congregate in here as well. Oh no, one student is, why would you drop out? Thinking about dropping out. Just not finding it. Oh wait, you're chilly because it's too cold in the comedy classroom. I knew I forgot something. That would be awful if you had to drop out of school because it was too cold in the classroom. Probably it's happened. They just didn't spend any money on heaters. Why are you doing that in the middle of the lecture? Don't you see that that's distracting to the teacher? That's very offensive. I don't support that. I would be anyway. Interrupt my lesson.
We're sorry for the litter that you...
With your hammer. He didn't even really have anything in particular to work on. He was just kind of hammering like a bat out of hell. Put one of these in here. I don't even think anyone's going to these classrooms, but it wanted me to make them for some reason. All right, good enough. That average student happiness at 50%. Now we can quickly write that just by having another event. Let's put a neon guitar somewhere as well. Yeah, someone would like a neon guitar in a classroom. I think that's a great idea. Coffee kiosk. This will help keep everyone awake. Let's put it somewhere where we need people to walk. So I'm trying to get people out of there, but it looks nice and open over here. And what needs to happen on both sides? I guess we could try to get people out into the quad if we do here. Yeah, this is good. People will go into the quad if we put the coffee kiosk over there.
Students are reminded to
That'll make them happier too. Hey, level 10, level 10. Dorothy Pond has completed training in comic timing 1. Took her long enough. Hey, let's train somebody who has nothing to do. Toby Sandals, you need to get a job. Let's make you happier. There we go. Permanent. We're going to brainwash you to being happier. Start a new research project, too. Good. The brain has opened. Can you even imagine? How long have you been at this university? Have they taken you into the electric chair giant brain room yet? That means you got tenure. Say everything's going along pretty... Look at how they're climbing into the beds. There they go. No, you have to go to the bathroom. It's the wrong... Why do you go into the bed when you have to go to the bathroom? Look, clear... Oh, no, he's just nervous and socially awkward, and he walks around like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But like a humble Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, doesn't he look like a... Yeah, that's a humble... If I've ever seen one. Definitely that. Yeah, the beds are kind of short, and that bed smells.
no unauthorized talking on campus.
Yes, no talking is allowed in a university. There'll be no exchanging of ideas. Have we built everything now? Well, we could go through and do the other classrooms, but I don't think that we will for now. Hey, Alf Drummer, thank you very much for coming out. Romance. Love has been made. I mean, found on campus. Wrong saying. Good, we can claim a reward. We can get some Kadash for that. No. No one will be cold over there. Yeah, God forbid that there is someone was making love in the school building. There we go. Good. I think that everything is... it's like yellow and orange seems to be a good temperature. Let's put one on the other side of the room, because they could get cold if they go over there. Good. And they seem to kind of like circulate from hall to hall. Good. Okay, this Scientography, not Scientology, Scientography class is going on. Good. Private tuition. Open career hub. Oh, we've got more rewards over here. Let's claim all of these. People, yes, we've had a lot of people sleeping in beds because they don't have any homes to go to. Who's supposed to work here? Oh, we need another assistant. Okay, let's go hire one. Okay, the bug-like bug inspector is coming in. Hungry easily, drops lit. Nah. Ah, this person's good. Good. Toby Sandals has got a new job. We knew you could do it, Toby. Hey, Das Wondercat. Thank you very much for the sub.
Questions. No, your chicken should not be pink.
Failed to complete assignment. Maybe actually, now that I look at it, the library is getting quite full. I'm not sure people are able to access these bookshelves anymore. It looks like everyone is trying to get into these chairs. I might just need to make a much bigger university. Like, I mean, buy a whole other plot of land. We could build it. Let's just buy it with buildings and see what this does. I'm just going to need to open up a whole new campus. I should have planned further in advance when I did this. But I thought this one building would be enough. I guess I should have just done entirely different class areas for that. Well, that's very nice. Look at that. Hey. Hey, and we leveled up the campus again. That's great. I think that's great. We need level 12. I think we'll just do one big library. Now, now I feel like the whole design was lost to me, but, you know, let's do a much bigger library. Let's do this over here, and we'll have like a check-in area over here. Maybe we'll make it even a little bit bigger. Unlock it with some Kadash.
Not necessarily better.
Here we go, and now we just give them a lot of desks. Okay, good. They can get their best learning done in here. Remember these things? Anybody go to college where they had stuff like this, where it's just an army of computers and you feel like a cog in a machine when you go into the library? I actually really like that because there was always a computer available. You know, on which to look up educational information. Which was what I was always looking up on the school computers because I was doing such a great job educating myself when I went to school. Elementary. Here we go. Good robot books. Robot books. We're about that. What is this? Library notice board. Okay, we'll put one of those over there. And then we'll put one plant in the room for decoration.
And clouds it with debt.
Yes, to block people from walking. That looks good. Maybe hand sanitizer too, because it's 2022. And whoopsie-daisy, we forgot about the whoopsie-daisy, we forgot about the bookshelf. Kind of important in the library. Thought we had one for it, but okay. Guess we'll do like a classic bookcase row over here. Probably go through with building the whole room, but I thought that would be more than enough, so I didn't do anything else. Make a corporation where you have to pay to take a dump. Not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, there's something about those giant libraries that works. I feel as though now when you play this game, you can't really be in the business of creating like an elementary school. It needs to be a large university campus. I live near one of these things and it's amazing. You go in and you can take out any movie ever made. They're so cool. I love college libraries. They are very nice. Boop, beep, boop, bop. Learn. We have so much money now, too. Let's just hire a crap load of janitors. Pun intended. Indiscriminately not even looking at what they do. And let's hire a bunch of teachers who won't even really teach. God, these teachers have, like, acting shots for their profiles. Don't they have those actor shots that you would see, like, at LinkedIn? Look, we just got campus level 12. This is totally how you game the system. Just hire an unsustainable number of teachers. Noblestead. Wasn't that great? Look what we have now. Computer lab, internet history course, and book club stand. That's nice. Yeah, we'll save. Now I kind of feel like I'm getting the game a bit more. You know, I I wasn't so keen on buying land. I thought that was kind of a later game thing, but I'm starting to see that this is just something available for everyone. Hey, just Rembo, thank you very much for gifting the sub. Is this... No, we just finished Mitten University. Where was that one again? Freshly Meadows. That was where we were at first. Noblestead. I'm assuming that this is the night school. Preserve the tradition... Yep, knighthood, and defend your campus from the local competition. What, are we like some sort of Knights of Columbus kind of thing? Which probably just means that we're going to be going out for a drink if I know the KOC, at least the people I knew who were in it. Yeah, don't forget the heaters. Isn't this nice, though? Good panoramic shot. This place actually looks very, like, well sculpted. I am keen on doing a very good job on this one. Oh, the cars are all parked. Here we go. Knight, or Noble Manor, or wherever we are. Noblestead, which is not, where not much has changed in several hundred years, and knights roam the streets like it's perfectly normal. They say steel sharpens steel, but the locals shouldn't agree more. Being a knight is more than polite conversation, dangerous antics, and metal shoes. It's about competitive spirit. Let the best knights win. Student intake 10. Okay, there we go. So we've got night school going on here. Oh, God. Who does he remind me of? He reminds me of 'Tis But a Scratch from Monty Python. That's definitely it. Now I kind of feel like that we can actually architect out this entire school, given the fact that we're getting a good amount of tuition money. Like, I might just be able to buy this entire plot of land right off the... Yes, the Black Knight from Monty Python. Don't you get that vibe? 40 grand. I've got 250. Let's just buy this right off the bat. I don't see why we shouldn't. Can we buy this as well? That looks nice. Oh, look at that. It's like a wave.
You came here on purpose.
I really wanted to make Bulworth the school from Bully in this. Wouldn't that be interesting? I can't figure out which school it would be, though. Most probably the first one. But also, too, the castle one did kind of look like it. You're recreating Bully in it. Such a great game. I've been wanting to go back and revisit that. Who else did it? I believe Kevin did quite a lot on it recently. That was good memories.
Announcement. The campus
Oh, we already got level 2. We already got level 2.
letter.
Battleground. Now that looks interesting. Indoors, though. I kind of want to do specialized buildings like this is Hogwarts. You know what I mean? Cannot... Oh, Battleground not allowed. Okay, great. Actually, I didn't even want it to be in a campus building. Yeah, let's have it out like into this grand field right here. Okay, now I feel like I'm getting some... like extra room for all of my constructions. Yeah, I'm not just making them to the minimum requirements. Let's put some grand banners over there. And I guess they basically just play Clash of Clans in here? Like, is that what they do? Yeah, that's totally Clash Royale. You guys ever play Clash Royale or Clash of Clans? Totally feels like it. Okay, we need a night school teacher. I can see that this school is going to have a lawsuit on its hands.
Students are asked not to
Ah, he has not only iron armor, but also an iron bladder. Well, it's probably steel armor, otherwise that would be very heavy. Yep, yeah, LARPing. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen in here. And we're gonna do a lecture theater. So now I feel as though I can do this a little bit more intelligently. You know, we could do just one building where we have a lot of lectures and then lay it out nicely like that. I'm almost tempted to make it like a real college campus. Like one of those nice ones where you go see a football game, you know? You do some boozing at the end. Ah, nothing like it. fall on a college campus. I do kind of miss being that age, you know? It's like the whole feeling of going back to school. It's nice. Get away from your home for a while. Start the academic year. Okay, I think we're pretty much just limited to this the whole time. Yeah, actually, there are some things I can always do, but now that I've kind of seen the way that this cookie crumbles, let's go ahead and make a big library, only because we had to accommodate more people in the library later on. So if we just had one big building that was like, this is the campus library. Okay, yeah, this is starting to make more sense to me now. But also too, we don't want it to be so astronomically large either. Maybe like that? It's very satisfying to place structures in this game. I don't know what it is. Something about the squares. Let's do one big intake. And then we can do something kind of similar to what we did last time, but we want to make it just so that it has the bare bones and it can kind of scale up again. There we go. Like one of each, and then we can build out from there. And then I guess we can just do... Well, let's confirm that. And then can we somehow make it bigger? If we edit the room. Yep. Okay, like that. Just kind of expand it in that way. Alright, so now that's our library. I didn't want to just waste those spaces there, like have a hollow cask of Amontillado room there in the background. Plaz Gaming says, does Project Zomboid ever feel like work, or do I never get tired of it? I wouldn't really say that it ever feels like work. I run out of ideas sometimes, though. Or like right now, I've just done every single idea I could think of for Zomboid. So I'm waiting for the Build 42 update. Because just... I did some of the multiplayer stuff. It just takes a lot of organizing to do. And I don't always have the time to just, like, sink my teeth into that. But I also, like, I don't know, I kind of have been resisting going back to some old stuff lately, because a bunch of people have asked about stuff like RimWorld and Zomboid. And I love those games. Like, if I had one game that I could play on my channel forever, it would probably be that. But also, too, at the same time, I feel as though if I just keep making only that, I'll never really move on and get to do other stuff. So that's why I've been focusing, like, exclusively on variety this year. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with it. Some people tell me they're, like, occasionally I'll get a DM from people like, your new stuff is very bad. And I'm just like, actually, I'm really passionate about it. I'm sorry you feel that way. So, but I don't know. I guess it's just like the internet, and sometimes you just have somebody had a bad day, like their dog died or something. You never know what people are going through. Toilet comfort decreases slower than most, gets hungry easily. Can we get anything? This guy's perfectly good. Strictly good. Yeah. I'll take you.
Your food is cold because the oven wasn't
I'll definitely come back to them. I think I've got about 600 or 700 hours in each. It's really not even that high. But I don't know. I've just been having a good time. The next video is actually on Pikmin. I don't think it'll be... I don't think it'll go over well. I just wanted to do something totally out of the wheelhouse. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I get to do almost any game I want now. Just, like, my enthusiasm for it is usually how interesting it is. So, I'm a very happy gamer right now. I guess is all I'm trying to say. I thought it said cure 5 medical diseases. Like, what? Wait a minute. What are we doing at this school? Like Zomboid from... Yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks, Blaze. I appreciate that. I don't know, back when I used to watch YouTube stuff, I was just kind of, like, lurking silently. Yeah, I want to do a little something for when we hit 1 million soon. Just, like... I don't know, thank people that have inspired a lot of my content over a long time, because I've just made a lot of good friends and had a lot of good inspirations over the years. Anyway, but I'm afraid it'll sound like an annoying acceptance speech, which I've found some of these just kind of cause me to snooze, so I'm just like, what can be something interesting that people will like? So, I don't know, I have good friends on here, though, and I'm asking them for what to do, so. But yeah. keep just doing a lot of beds. I really like this just like school is for sleeping kind of vibe. It looks so Dickensian in a weird, like kind of effed up way. Yeah, just like that. Good. Oh no, they have curtains on this window now so that they don't let in the sun. Yeah, that makes sense. The nurse's office followed by the library. Actually, the library is ready to expand. That's good. Good. The campus is a triumph, although remove 3 wait a minute, we're being invaded? Wait a second. I'm not ready for this. Yeah, the streams are definitely a different vibe, but I feel like that's kind of the point, I suppose.
Return to the hospital.
Not really but yeah.
Thank you.
Like, I used to do more stuff like this, but then it became over time that I just started doing so much editing that I was just like, let me just kind of keep non-edited gaming as a part of this, and that's why I started streaming. Now, where are these people? Invaders will damage the campus. Hire trained janitors qualified in security to show them the door. I was hoping that the students would be able to fend off the invaders. Okay, Randy Factory is really our only option. He has to go to the... Oh no, he has an iron bladder. I take it back. I kind of wish that he were dressed up like a knight, you know? We're definitely going to need another knight teacher. Night school, get it? Yeah, I go to night school. No, you don't know what I mean. I go to night school. This guy's pretty good. I'm just kind of hiring people at random as we get time. Okay, so where are these invaders? Are you an invader? Who are the blackguards? Oh, this is a blackguard knight. Okay, so let's see him Nerf gunned. Man, this game looks so good. I don't know what it is about it. It just looks great. So now he's probably going to rest. And it almost looks like he's crying. Oh, I kind of feel bad now. Like, he just wanted to have some other knights to fight. And, oh, wait, no, but there goes another one, and he's full of reckless enthusiasm. Where are our janitors when we need them? Hang on a second, we need more janitors. Didn't janitors... Isn't that what a janitor means? Someone who, like, defends property?
Students,
I thought he was just going to use a Rasengan on him. Didn't it look like he was getting a Rasengan ready? Yeah, to be fair, yeah. Most of the videos are like 20 to 40 hours worth of work, so it's like... I don't really think of it as work, though. I think of it as like creative work, which is interesting. You know, like even if I had nothing left to do in my life, I would still want to have like some sort of artistic outlet. So that's why yeah, I don't know. That's why I do it. But yeah, it's also just fun to kick back and do this. The ultimate weapon against a knight, a water gun because he rusts. Okay, we're losing money, but I think that's just because we don't have enough classes yet. We do need to make our campus more attractive. So, what can we do for that?
tuition fees are expensive.
Some place for just
and
attractive
education
items.
is priceless.
Recommended. Favorited items. I guess we could just put random attractive stuff everywhere. 52%. Let's put up a poster of bats in the medical inappropriate, invalid room. I think every room is good for a bat poster. Oh, this actually makes sense if we do what is this? A fountain of knowledge. And it's literally a fountain. Why can't we put it in the library? Make these symmetrical. Good. Good, the attractiveness really rose when we did those 2 book fountains. That with the water going all over the pages now. Ah, yes, hedges, actually. That's fair. Now it's time. It's my time to shine.
Students
It's
are
my
allowed
time to shear.
2 places at once.
Love bench for the knights. In case if they fall in love with, like, maybe a lady knight, you know? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice to meet someone at school? Back when I was at night school. These hedges just look so, like, mwah. I don't know what it is about them. They look great. Maybe we can sculpt something like that on this. And, oh, actually, it does appear as if that was a thing. Yeah, let's try that. That looks pretty good. We could just copy the design from that one and use it over here. I like that. Use other in-game objects to inform our design choices. How come I can't put one over there? There we go.
Warning.
I'm getting like kind of a third wave punk ska revival from this playlist. Anyone else getting that? Or is that just me? No, I didn't want that hedge. Darn it. Hang on a second. I want to sell only this one segment of hedge. Pick it up. I seem to be having an issue here. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. It's a mistake, but it's my mistake. And it's good for me. Alright, we got to 60% rating, that's decent. Maybe those hedges didn't really do a lot. Let's just put more fountains of knowledge everywhere. Maybe like a whole row of fountains of knowledge. Okay, I'm liking where this is going now. It is $10,000. Neither fish, or we could put some cetaceans outside. Let's just do that. A whole row of whales. Where do you go to school? Whales! How is that for attractive? Just a row of 4 whales. Look at how happy they are. Okay, the blackguard knights have returned. Student relationship inspection. A relationship inspection? Oh, this is from the blackguards. They're inspecting the love here. Trap one of the blackguard knights in a... Yeah, probably. Here he comes. This one looks tougher than the other ones, though. Lord Blackguard, unfazed by the past few hundred years of trends. Lord Blackguard kept the fires of knighthood burning when no one else could be bothered. He can be found belly laughing at sausage dogs and jousting himself in the early hours. He's so he's like a campus evaluator? This is bizarre. Hey, D-Tone, how are you? Thank you very much for gifting. Or, sorry, for subbing. Thank you, D-Tone.
Unattended sandwiches.
Item that looks like a pathway over the items menu. Ooh, good call. Maybe this? That's oh, this is club items. I haven't seen that yet. Ooh, duels happening. Oh, speed walking sign. But can you speed walk the walk? Speed walking club item. Oh, we can get a speed walking club? Club members walk speedily. Okay, this is a great idea. Let's have a kiosk for the speed walking club. I think we could put these next to the battle. That would be a good place. And we could also have the nap club. Napping and sleeping. And what is this, the learning club? Yeah, I guess we should probably have that as well. No, the speed walking. We could just put speed walking signs everywhere. I wonder if we could get people walking like at light speed from place to place. That seems interesting and worth exploring for a moment now, doesn't it? Does anyone really run the club, or do they just kind of ponder what life would be like with this club? Yeah, jousting himself sounds a little... We'll go there next time. We'll go there next time. Cure 5 medical issues. I haven't really had any medical issues. What if there aren't any medical issues? Offer students medical care. I mean, you're there, like, with your hand on the button for when people get medical issues. See, now this guy looks kind of upset. Go in there. Get in there, Stella Asparagus. Come on, help him out. There we go. No! Come on, come back. You had some issues, right? Oh, you're just thirsty. Wait a second. Here we go. Yes! Get in there. Good. My first customer. This will cure your depression. And your broken heart. Just... What is that? Like a... Are they... Is this like a Dairy Queen or something? Looks like they're just making shakes. I guess we did one of those. We're removing more invaders. B+ grade night school classes. Now, what do they need? So we should actually go over and see their needs. Been a little lazy here. They're at a C+. Been learning decently well, but they're in a bad mood because they have no food or bathroom. Oh, we don't have a bathroom in this school. Whoopsie daisy, I knew I was missing something after those 4 whales. Yeah, break one of the students' kneecaps. That sounds like an issue. Now, I guess that will put the bathroom, by like the lecture. Seems like a pretty fair idea. We'll put one of those out the window. Kind of like our last bathroom. This one will be smelly. Oh, this place is a perfectly good temperature. We don't need to worry about that at all. Good. I do believe if you join the club when you get the game, I can't remember what it is. I think they do give away like a free... I think it's free anyway, the golden toilet that you can unlock, which was kind of cool. Oh no, I shouldn't have put this here. Hang on a second. Move that there. Move that there. Ah, crap. There we go. Crap, and we're building the... Get it? Ah ha ha. That's so funny. Oh, is it raining frogs again? Sometimes it rains frogs in this game. And then frogs come out and the janitors put them in their shirt pocket. See if we could spot one. Not seeing one yet. We demand, nay, request snacks. So polite. Yeah, I should probably feed them. I guess for right now, all I can really do is these vending machines, but they are a good way to use up this kind of, like, idle wall space. Let's do that. That's good. Okay, you have food. Stop complaining. And yeah, we should probably build a staff room as well. Hey, Red Cobalt, thank you very, very much for the 5 gift subs. That's very generous, Red Cobalt. Thank you. Thank you for gifting those 5 people those gift subs. If you're getting a gift sub, please be sure to say thanks. Ah, thank you, Red Cobalt. You belong in the staff... Oh, crap, we're actually running low on money. We just gotta get this 1 year... Oh, you know what? We haven't had time sped up. Maybe that's the reason why things have been kind of trailing along. Yeah, maybe that's why. Put the staff room over here. I find they don't really get a lot of use out of this facility. So I'm just going to make it somewhere kind of small and useless. I've seen only like 2 of the staff members go in here. They haven't even really gotten too particularly much done.
Maintenance announcement.
A
Plants
table?
need water, remember?
Table to put something down. Are they not watering my large hedges? My unnecessarily large hedges. There we go. Staff room. Good enough. Good, I got paid some money for that. Speed walking club. I'm liking these fast walking nights, though. The night school is probably my favorite one by far. Is it like warming up? It just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. Though the wizard and the spy schools do look quite good. Yeah, you're right. I wonder if I could sell back some of those whales. Oh, I can get a full refund for my... You know what? I was just putting the money aside in whales. They're like they're a good store of value. Whale fountains, you know. not so oft spoken of.
Campus intruders.
Got a couple more blaggards here. A couple more blaggards. Where are these ones? Hey, Das Pigor. Thank you very much for the prime. Your Wi-Fi's bad. So sorry to hear that, man. You're very generous. Thank you, Cobalt. Good, we get the knights. Now that's 5. I suppose it's going to take a while to get to the rest of that and the other medical issues. Though the attractiveness... Oh, I lost... Without the whales, the school is so much less attractive, though. Guys, we're going to need those whales back. Maybe we could just... let's have a field of dandelions. See what if that gets us anywhere. How about just, like, the densest possible patch of... Oh, we could make them diagonal. That's interesting. Wow, we could even get as little as, like...
Don't teach homework.
How many degrees is that? Hang on a second. That's like 22.5 degree angle. Micromanaging. That is intense. Look at this. Look at how dense these dandelions are. Are these dandelions? No, they're tulips. Whoops. Well, I tried. No, I tried. Oh, look, the campus is getting so much more attractive from me placing 16 dandelions. I mean, you know what? From now on, they're just dandelions, okay? You can fight me about it. I want to sell these. I want to make the densest patch of tulips. Just nothing but tulips. Now, I like this game because you can do bizarre stuff like this. And this is really, like, when I'm making a video, I'm looking out for how much weirdo stuff can you just do in it. Like, without everything falling apart, you know, that there's no maintenance. I don't have to pay for these tulips or anything like that. I get a full refund if I get rid of them. No, they don't even perfectly line up anymore. What will I do now?
Is not a belief system.
Yeah, they do kind of look like eggs. Fair, fair.
We're approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry.
Maybe a hot dog stand would be attractive. You know, I'm going to default just back to my original plan. Nothing but fountains of knowledge. Darn, I can't even quite get there. Well, we'll just put one there anyway. Running dangerously low on money. Good! Lots of money coming in from the end of the academic year. Very profitable time. A lot of people renewing their FAFSAs. 2 of them failed, unfortunately, but we had only 10 students, so we didn't really even have that many.
Summer break would be a convenient time for construction.
A jousting field, good. Here we go. Now we can get some other stuff in. Get more people to this university.
The yearly results are
We have 40 course points, too. Let's get some jousting in. Internet history. Now that would be good. But shouldn't we upgrade our other one first? Yeah, there we go. 15. Let's up it. We just need more students because we got to make more money off of them.
vacate the campus.
I swear to God. Yeah, we did kind of do that early expansion. You know, I mean, we should have just been happy with the first. I so far haven't even built anything in the first building yet. I don't know why I did that. The Blackguard invasion. Good. Oh, we made money off of that. Okay, I think we've already done this. Book club. Oh, wait, yeah, book club is quite good.
I've not seen your
I like that.
vlog.
Keep that in there. Man, there's so many notifications on screen. I do feel like that there's a lot to this UI. I don't feel dizzied by it. I just feel like there's a lot there. My only complaint is I wish that this were a slightly different looking thing because it does kind of remind me of like the UI of mobile games. And there's nothing that's a microtransaction in here, but maybe it's just that the gold round thing with a letter in it reminds me of V-Bucks from Fortnite. So, I don't know why. I have like a slight resistance to use them because I'm like, nah, I want to save my in-game currency for something later. But it's not in-game currency, so I'm just like, maybe it's just that we happen to live in a time where a lot of icons look like that. Can we do jousting now? Okay, here we go. Jousting field. We should probably move the whale somewhere else. That's our mascot. Yeah, it's true. It's like the different currencies does kind of make me think of it. And I know it's not in the game, so I, not to disparage or anything. I was thinking like, why am I mentally resisting this? That would be my one suggestion. I feel like that icon should just, in light of what is currently on the market. Yeah. No, I'm thankful that there's none of that in it. And to be fair, there is none of that in there. I don't want to misrepresent that. I always just find that whenever I see that, it looks like it. Oh, this is kind of nice. Look at that. How, like, grand and medieval this looks. All right, I guess we've got that. Do we need another night teacher? Yeah, we didn't really hire that many teachers last year. Daisy Butt. Oh, Rut. Drops litter, moves slowly. This one moves faster. I'll take you. You move fast. Just as good as being able to do, wee-wee. Or whatever the other teacher could do. I think because we unlocked internet history, that would be interesting to see. Oh, but we have only 20 course points. Okay. All right. General knowledge sounds kind of funny, but its average tuition fee is $4,500. I guess we could just do it by whatever has the highest average tuition fee. Ooh, okay, I'm starting to see how this is easily gameable. Yeah, so if your university does better, then people pay more money. So robotics is actually really profitable because it's 30 and it has average tuition of 12,000. That explains why our last university was so profitable without me trying. Okay, this is starting to make a lot more sense. Because probably every course is more or less just as easy to run. Let's just do this and then we're gonna make another lecture theater in like 2 seconds. Okay, I can't believe I didn't see that before. That does make sense though. Another one of these. I don't think that this thing has to be any larger though. I made it too big. Here we go, funny business teacher. And I suppose that they must use a science lab for... We don't have enough money. I'm gonna have to sell some of the fountains in Wales. Unfortunately. Okay, it's alright, We'll get the campus more attractive later when we're making money off of telling jokes. If I've played the other 2-point games, does university feel like a recent... I've not played the other ones, so I really don't know. Science lab. Yeah, for me, this is my first one. Science lab. There we go. Science. I always thought that was weird. You remember when you were like in 3rd grade and you first learned to spell science and then at a C and then you thought, like, why isn't it science? The adults are idiots and they don't know what they're talking about. I always found that kind of contradictory. Here we go. I still think the adults don't know what they're talking about. Here we go. They're just making it all up as they go. Just making it all up. Okay, now all we've got to do is hire this teacher who's Mayonnaise. Okay, moves fast. Good. With a name like Mayonnaise, you're bound to slip around. There we go. Just so many other, like, facilities that we required this time. Yeah, definitely. Isn't it bizarre when you realize, like, you gradually realize that, yep, I am one of the adults, and and then you think to yourself, who's in charge here, in the whole world? I always thought that was a little unnerving, to be completely honest. So these people are, like, leveling up at the sign. They see the sign, and it is inspiring them to walk faster there. I, for one, would be nervous if a man started unsheathing his sword at a sign. Oh, you're down in the dumps, eh? Yeah, we probably need all the facilities that I didn't put into this school because I spent all the money on whale statues this time. Okay, so this guy is at an F. And what is he doing? He's going outside and he's taking a walk. No, okay, actually fair. He is going to class now. He's trying to dispatch some fiends. What else does he have going for him? He's not that hungry. I mean, he could have a little bit more to eat. It's just that the room is not very prestigious. That's basically it, though. Like, other than that, he's living a pretty good life. He's fairly happy, moderately happy. He's not even in any clubs. Well, maybe he just needs to get involved in, but he enjoys the great outdoors. Oh no, that's just his current feeling. Right. You know what I think we gotta do is make our library a little bit bigger, because it's usually that. Now, what is this? Assistant required. Okay, so we need to hire another assistant. Yeah, one of them's in medical, one of them's in the library. We need more. Work in the library, or else. Good. Okay, so now we've got somebody working in there. We're being invaded again, but I think that our janitors, we'll just take that out. It's a true honor. It's a true honor to be rated by you, man. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty excited about checking out PZ again soon. I am happy to say that this game is also like PZ on a grid because it comes as a spiritual successor of like Theme Hospital and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe I should go back and check out some of those things. Like I feel like I've been on this big nostalgia kick over the last couple of months and it's just led me into a lot of good old cozy gaming, you know what I mean? A lot of things that why are you hitting the books? Stop. This is a school for children. School for knights. Have a few more desks, because knights need to answer their emails, too. Here we go. Maybe read some, like, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens.
Education is
Who's a good frog? Yes, you are.
Staff recommendations needs maintaining. Man, it's like everything's kind of compounding. I need to train my staff, too. Good. Hey, Tysker, thank you very much for the 14 months, Tysker. I dabbled with overhaul. Not really. Hey, what's up, Andrew? How are you doing, man? Thanks very much for the... 21 months from Andrew. Mr. Bald Head. Hey, thank you, Andrew. What's up, man? Have you tried any of the 2-point games? Man, our school is getting less attractive, if that were possible. Wait a second. We need to check in on the financial health of the school. Invasion report. We keep making money for fending off the blackguard knights. Statue of Love. I think we need... Actually, that was the answer to my prayers. Good, there we go. We have to have 2 cupids numing it out. There they go. They're shooting each other. 15 invaders. We've got 9. Actually, maybe they're not numing it out. I think they're pewing it out. Pew pew, you see? No, num is like when something goes. One student is considering dropping out, thinking about dropping out. Knight's knee, peckish, thirsty, fresh air, said. This guy should drop out. He's not very happy. He just haven't had anything to eat. You are at an F. Well, you are at an F. Maybe you should just drop out. Why do they all kind of go back on this path? I guess they walk faster on this? Nah, some of them go over here. Well, at least it's organized, right? Though they are taking a longer time to get over to the beds if they want to sleep, to be fair. Let's put in another one of those closets just to make everyone happier. Or wardrobes. Here we go. Yeah, there we are. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.
Good, let's get some of that. 10 invaders. I guess we'll try to just increase the attractiveness in various ways. You have 2-point hospital, but yeah, I've got a lot of games like that in my Steam library too, where it's like you have 20 minutes to an hour of playing them, and then it's like, I can't wait till I have more time for this. Someday in the future when I'm not so busy. Life do be that way sometimes. Hey, Tuxedos, thank you very much for the Prime. Yeah, our people are robots. Well, actually, no, we did just have the robot school, so I have to beg to differ there. We did just have the robot school, unfortunately. And those people were crazy. I liked our robot dancing people, though. I found them charming and likable.
Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means.
Hitting the books doesn't mean what he... There's all these one-liners. But actually, to be fair, one thing I've kind of worried a little bit about is, like, what will happen when I've heard them all. But I think that they do refresh from area to area, so it's like you get a series of challenges. There we go. And keep in mind... Oh, I forgot also, too, one thing that I'm not getting here. I'm going to have to go back and replay this. I've had the DJ completely off, because it kind of, like, conflicts with my own voice when I'm streaming this. But if I were playing this on my own, I would actually be... Like, the radio station is kind of a treat. Alright, so one thing that we can do here is go to the night class and see how people are doing. It's because it's a B+. I don't know why we're not at this one. Maybe it's because it's a new academic year from the first one. Make sure there are enough rooms, teachers, and equipment to keep your classes running. So it might be due to that, or it might be due to this. No, I'm not 100% sure. I have to figure it out. Upsa-daisy. Another thing we're going to have to do is private tutoring. Man, I'm starting to realize that there's actually quite a lot of... There's a lot of meat to this game, guys. Like, the more I play, the more I realize there are quite a lot of systems in here, so... You know, despite, like, kind of graphical quirkiness, there is a lot going on, and I just keep kind of running out of things to say, and I am starting to see that, like, holy cow, it's running really well, there's a lot going on, and it's beautiful. That's the trio. Or that's the trinity. You know, let's go ahead and hire another teacher, just because we're going to need more people. Finally caught a stream that loved the 0 to... Hey, thanks for coming out, Deadlock. This person doesn't need to do. Moves faster. Yeah, we'll take more comedy people. I don't know why I have this awkward hallway down here. Maybe I'll just expand this room. There we go. Good. Yeah. Expand. We're gonna need more janitors. More janitors. This place is disgusting. I don't even know what this guy, but he can defend us from the knights. Yeah, Sisyphus' Steam library. You just keep rolling the ball up the hill and then you never get to play them. Though I do find that happens with a lot of games. Like, when you look at their achievements, and, you know, 10% of players have completed this achievement, and it's like the most basic thing in the game. And just, a lot of people have just bought the game and they just never play the game. And I realized, I think this is back when I first had a YouTube channel, that was almost all of the games in my Steam library. And that was one of the reasons why I created a channel, was because I said, man, I have like 50 games in my library and I haven't played most of them. Nothing funny about failing a comedy class. Nothing funny at all. The room prestige is a bit low in here.
Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
Do I like aquariums? Yes, but I wouldn't like reach for one. I don't know. I had one when I was a kid and then all the fish died. I didn't kill them, but, you know, they just... I mean, in a sense, I guess I could have taken better care of it, but they all got the ick, I'm telling you. They all just died. It was natural death.
We're approaching the end of the academic year.
Try Project Hospital. Yeah, I feel like that if this becomes like an EDM banger, maybe I'll go back and experience the classic of Project Hospital. Taking part in the speed... Wait a second, why are you spending so much time speed walking if you're failing? Go to the library, you dingus. Good, he's going into the library, he's learning at a faster rate. Being visited by Roderick.
Academic year is over. Students must make
Oh, look, you made it out with a D. Good job. All right, you didn't fail. Our university stays in business. Only 1 out of 32 failed. Great.
end of year results.
Everyone stinks. Oh, I forgot to do a shower room. I did forget about this. Because a lot of people are creating odors. I think we'll do like a nice wall of showers at the back. Maybe at the back of... let's do it in the library. Nah, we won't do that. That'd be funny, though. These look like those train showers. Have you ever taken a train shower? I'd never done this before. I rode like a long-distance train about a year ago when I was traveling. I went to Chicago. Yeah, you can shower in the train. It's really bizarre. It's kind of funny, though. All right, so let's add in another course. I guess we can just keep upping this one, because then we don't really have to build more stuff. Oh, no, we do need another battleground. All right, if you say so, I'll build more battlegrounds. Hey, Internet Peasant, thanks for coming out. Battleground. Jousting field, battleground. There we go. All right, finally, we have more money again. It seems as though most of these universities, as long as you somewhat stay on top of things, like you won't completely use or lose the, the whole university. I thought we were going to go bankrupt there for a while. We didn't. Speed walking wheel. I guess people will just get on this and start exercising. Let's put these things around. There's almost so many items. I'm like overwhelmed by the number of possibilities a little bit. I feel like I'm just kind of placing things everywhere. Have one of those in the summer. We'll start the new year. I do need a new lecture theater. Let's go ahead and put that in the back here. Yeah, take a speed shower. It's hard to tell whether they... Like, are they living at this university? I suppose so. We don't really need dedicated student housing, though. I think I could have fit 3 in here. Man, I'm so negative. I'm like, I should have done this better. Maybe that just happens to me when I play new simulation games that I judge myself, you know. I judge myself. It's bad for my self-esteem. I'm going to stop doing that. I think I made this battle... there I go again, saying negative things. Well, at least the paths are clear, the school is full, and we're making a lot of money from our students. Which it does kind of beg the question, like, if it's a tycoon game... You know, there was another tycoon game called... Did you guys play Academia School Simulator? Because I think this and that were the only 2 games that I recall that have really dug in hard on this simulation concept on schools. I believe that was by the guy who did The Prison Architect, and Ruin Art. What's his name again? He's a really good guy. It escapes me right now at the moment. My brain is huge, don't worry, thank you. But not as big as the staff training room brain. In fact, we're going to need that because we haven't been training our staff at all. Yes, let's have another staff training room. This one doesn't need to be that big, it's just a room of brainwashing again. There we go. Alright. Good, let's fix someone, shall we? How about Brangelina? That's a good name. Brangelina Cat. Such an ominous picture. Gotta be able to do that. Blackguard's Knights have invaded again. School Tycoon. There was just a School Tycoon? I never played that. Good, look, we're finally passing people at B+. Now I think that we can start to make this campus a lot more attractive. See, it takes some pushing, but eventually we get somewhere. So it's all worth the while. Let's put a bunch of pearls of wisdom in case if people, for some reason, need those.
Intruders on campus.
There we go. More attractive already. Maybe. I didn't really look at it before. Let's put more fountains of wisdom. There we go. Now the attractiveness is rising by 1% per fountain that I put up. This is my concern a little bit, is that am I just going to have to keep... I like how I can just keep putting exactly the same thing and then people go, yes, this is a very good-looking campus. Man, what a waste of fountains, you know? Ugh, this isn't going to work at all. It's supposed to increase attractiveness, or maybe it just doesn't stack. So we need to keep, you know, being creative about what to use. I just wanted to, yeah, see, look, it's already at 65%. Oh, what else do we need? Let's read up. Improve the look of the campus by placing attractive items inside and outside. Maybe it's the inside that's so ugly that it's holding us back. Oh, in fact, I bet you that we can see the attractiveness here. Yes, look at how attractive it is. Usually it's just the greenery, it seems. Okay, and sometimes it's these things as well. Let's go in places that aren't attractive, because maybe it's just like a heat map for what is and isn't attractive. Alright, yeah, let's give that a shot. Increase the attractiveness. If we just put a bunch of trash cans, I think trash cans are very attractive to look at. If we just put some of those over there and there. Now, how does the attractiveness look? Unchanged. Okay, alright. That wasn't working. What else could we do for the inside? Okay, I have an idea. Let's just do a bunch of house plants.
Students are
So what if I do like that? Oh, yes, it's already looking gorgeous. Okay, now we're yes, this heat map was very useful. I'm glad that we looked at this. Look at how green that room is. Oh, I would really like to be in there with you, wouldn't you? In the brainwashing room. In the shower room. There we go. The student place. We are going to need to hire more teachers for this. But look at how good looking the campus is. How are we still at 58? Maybe I just need to keep placing more plants. My ambition has gotten ahead of me.
Please not come in.
Here we go. No, colliding with another leafy plant. You know, I've put down a lot of plants, actually, to be fair. Maybe I need to differentiate it more. I will have another... There are 4 plants at, like, equidistant points in the room so that you are remaining happy the entire time. What a simulation game this has been. I guess as the rooms individually level up, that's helping us too. Yep, okay, good. This is increasing the overall campus level, and I am feeling more powerful already. Okay, good. We're at 73%. Things are happening. Good. Nowhere is it gray. There will be none of that. Once the litter is dealt with, yes, maybe I've had too many, like, security guard
Not to me.
people. Maybe I just need more basic maintenance janitors. Gets hungry easily. Excellent personal hygiene. Okay, this one's good. Hire you. Good, they should get more of the litter. Employees watering plants than teaching classes. To be fair, yeah, there aren't that many people teaching classes. It's mostly just people upkeeping the rounds. But this is, after all, night school. There needs to be like one king and then a bunch of subjects to help out. But my god, look at how many plants there are. And how much it's actually helping the school. What else could increase attractiveness? The U. Because this is, of course, U Miami. Let's get that attractiveness meter out again. Good. No, it's already very good in there. We don't need to change that. Let's just put more signs for U Miami in here. This building that no one goes into. Go to the U building. There we go. All right, good. 80%. This was stupid of me. I should just move this over here. That'd probably be better. Why are you going there if you have to go to the bathroom? What is wrong with this guy? He's peckish. I should build some stuff in here. Like actual facilities. Put posters of myself around. I was hoping we would get a... Oh, wait, there's a bookworm. I missed it. Did you see the bookworm there? Yeah, that's useful. Hey, Mia Red, thanks for coming out to the stream.
We're sorry for the litter that you...
Happy the videos helped in some way. I just am kind of finding myself, like, indiscriminately accepting things. It just feels as though there's so much to be done. Sleepy sheep. Yeah, I'll do a sleepy sheep somewhere. I think that this helps people, you know, live with what horrible people they are. Okay, good. The teacher's teaching, everyone. The teacher's teaching. Why aren't we in class? Here we go. Squiring in the field. Energy 46%. Room prestige 20%. Maybe we need to up the prestige of this room somehow. What can help us up the prestige? Hang on a second. Let's go ahead and look at this. Well, I mean, this is very prestigious. Oh, it's probably related to the attractiveness, because I do believe that that prestigiousness stat went up. So is this technically considered inside or outside?
frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend.
Invalid room for pear tree. Oh, we need to do indoor furniture. Can we do a house plant? Nope. Invalid room for leafy plant. I wonder what we could do that would be prestigious out here. Hamster wheel, not really that prestigious. It's hard to tell what would go in this room. I mean, is it even a room? Like, yucca? Something tells me it's not yucca. You know what this battleground needs? More yucca plants. No, we are getting 6 out of 10 people with B pluses. So let's go ahead and check out this guy. So he is at a B plus. He's a smarty pants.
You know what to do.
This guy is just... Oh, that's the teacher. How is the teacher... Oh, you know what we gotta do is get some of that garbage out of there. Come, knave, and pick up the garbage. I know I put 3 of them there, but I stand by it. I don't need to pay for upkeep on any of them. Oh, that guy just fell down. Everyone's getting faster and faster and faster. This is so much bizarre stuff like this in this game. Edit the room itself in the menu to add more details up to the prestige of it. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, I could do the edit, and then it'll show me what I could place in there, yeah. It does have the... Good job, you played it. I forget about that, because there's so many different things that are like, so many different options for decorating the room. I guess we could do like a patio heater if we wanted. Etiquette training station. We could even have an etiquette training station too. Very fancy. And a wooden throne. So you're a responsible citizen. You've got 110% learning rate. We're going to need more of these maintenance workers, though. Moves faster than most. That's what I needed. Good. Pick up those pamphlets or whatever that is on the ground. Good. We got 7 passing night school now. Hey. Only one failed again, and we are graduating 17. A happy year. I guess we could just keep upping this, right? I mean, we are, after all, a night school, so shouldn't we, well, have more nights? Wow. Who are you? You're... Oh, you're pretty good overall. You know, you got one issue, but I'll take you. I'll take you. And we're going to need another battleground and another jousting field. I don't know if they'll actually use them, though, because they just aren't as good rooms. Let's do the jousting field if we can, because it's just huge. What are you doing with the first jousting field that I gave you? It feels as though there was so much more to be expanded upon. Fight with buildings, we have tons of money now. That's one thing that this game does give you, though. I'm not getting any frustration whatsoever. That can happen in simulation. Why are you upset? Aren't you that famous guy, Roderick Cushion? Why is he so upset? I mean, this is probably not good for our evaluation. But also, too, he just looks like some nobody. Science lab, battle. Okay, here we go. Jousting field. We need 13, 12 by 8. There we go. And here is our jousting field. I guess they're going to need to cross the street for it. There we go. And I might as well up the prestige a little bit. Not really gonna have room for more. I guess I could have made this one bigger, but I think that it's not really like a number of squares. It's required dimensions for each room. Sometimes the items are a little bit big, but it'll be nice when I can just kind of sprawl out over one university. You know what I mean? Robo design. Here we go. Battleground. Yeah, this one doesn't need to be that big. I think just that. And as long as we have one of them, that's pretty good. Just add in, like, more random stuff. Keep them happy. It's already warm enough, so that's good. Okay. I think we're ready. Start the next year. Okay, we're going to graduate the last of the knights, and then I think, we might have, like, some big university level up that we have to do. But I'm not quite sure. What level are we at right now? I think 11? Yeah, campus level 11. Is this university for aspiring Renaissance fair employees? Pretty much. It's like a trade school for knights. The one thing I'm seeing... Actually, there is, like, slight... I should look at these people a little bit more close. We haven't really zoomed in on any of the students and their day. It's kind of interesting how people have different walking speeds. I feel like that could be pretty heavily gamed. Like, even this guy... Some of them are slightly sulking. And that other guy was walking around like some sort of speed walker. And the clowns, too. Don't forget about the clowns. Maybe just create a general... My personal one that I want to do is a school for general knowledge. Just general knowledge classes. They just never teach you anything of specialized nature.
Inspirational.
Yeah, Skyrim U. They learn to be the Dovahkiin and they do their dragon shouts. Now, for these scenarios, because there are, I believe... I think it's... Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say that it's 12 in the game. I might have that figure wrong, though. But check for yourself. But you have to have all of these completed at the same time. And once we get 5 of each of these, then we unlock, I think it's sandbox mode. So that's kind of what I'm most excited for, is I wanted to start, like, going off to create my own bizarre stuff. But a little bit you got to walk before you can run here. So we've got prestige out here, but we don't have... I feel like my university is pretty attractive. Maybe there's still some stuff I'm missing. Let's put a plant, like, right in the middle of the walkway. Yeah, more U stuff. Remind them that they're at the U of Miami. There we go. I don't know if maybe that's an American joke. If you're at the U in the U.S., you're at the University of Miami. And it's kind of a... Miami has a big reputation, let's say.
Announcement. Hitting the books.
There we go.
Doesn't mean what you think it means.
A reputation for being pretty crazy. So, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. That was the bookworm. I got him. $10 for me. You do get an achievement for some of these things. But yeah, I think that looks good. Just a lot of views, like kind of ominously. It's sort of post-apocalyptic. You use them for cover. Now, what's funny is that I believe we may actually have more than 10 people who are already at this level. This guy's at a D. You're at a C. Okay, so there's actually a lot of people who are sort of getting close to a B+. Okay, and we're already, we're not even that far into the academic year either. Okay, I see bright things in the future for us then. Let's accept the invasion money. Let's have a report from Roderick, and then let's just start accepting random quests. We'll do that.
Not a real announcement.
Yeah, the temptation to just have everything kind of not make sense and have a university that's just sort of everything everywhere is high. It is. It is quite high. Oh wait, there were no goals after that? All right, if you say so. I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job. We've got Fluffborough and Spiffenmore. Spiffenmore, this is the one I've been wanting to unlock. So we'll hopefully at least get a little bit into this. Level 5 Battleground. Okay, this is for 2 stars. I wonder if we unlock more if we do 2 stars. Huh. A cult with a U? Route of the Hut. Hey, thank you very much for the sub. I am here. I've enjoyed the blackguard visits. I was hoping my students would fight them.
Hard work may or may not
Oh, that's kind of funny. I guess quick save. I think we do that, and then we save and quit. And then we're gonna go back out to the map. And my God, it's had like slightly. That's not really that much load time, honestly. But like once you're in the place, there's no loading at all. Like it just runs so smoothly. Had no issues with that. Fluffborough? Oh, this is the place where they throw cheese at each other, right? I think. Oh, you can even rotate like that. Training medium. I feel, well, actually, let's take a quick vote. What do you guys want to do, sports or wizards? Sports? This is sports school? Or we could do wizardry. Sports or wizardry? I know which one I'm leaning toward, but I want to give the people what they want. Yep. Yeah, there's no contest. It's definitely wizards. We've got to see what the wizard school looks like. It's unanimous. There hasn't been a single sports vote. This is what this game is about. Creating Hogwarts. Now I feel like is where it could get very interesting. Let's see. So how many scenarios is that? I believe we have to have done 5 to unlock Sandbox. So we've done the basic one. Then there was the culinary one. Then there was the robot one. Then there was the one that we just did, which was night school. And so now we're doing wizardry. So I think that this is the very last one. And then after this, you should unlock Sandbox mode. And this one actually features its own hedge maze, so that is quite nice. Oh, wait, I'm slightly highlighting that. Well, it certainly looks good. And we've already got one to start with. I kind of like that they're actually giving me something to work off of, so that I can see how it's done. Spiffenmore, of course. Welcome to Spiffenmore, where prophecy has promised the wizarding students an administrator to lead them from remarkable misfortune into new era of uneventful good times. Man, that writing is just so wicked in this game. Disgraced former student Nefaria Munch, still unhappy about failing her potions final, has forced the campus into financial ruin with hexes, invasions, and incessant pestering. Sadly, there's no spell for stacks of much-needed cash. Okay, so, I mean, pretty much as in the other ones, the goal is, like, appreciation of capital. I always feel like that's kind of just the default. Make more money. Yeah. I wonder how these meetings go in academia. How are we going to make more money? Wizardry, dark art, and student intake of 20.
Frequently asked questions. No.
Nefaria Munch. Oh, you are Nefaria Munch. Wait, aren't you the Aren't you a bad person? And the thorn in your side, the brick in your tumble dryer, she must be blamed for all the wrong with. Okay, so maybe she is secretly not bad. I don't think we get to... Do we get to pick dark arts? I would do Slytherin. Life is hard and school is stupid. Take out a loan of... We could take out a loan of $100,000 from this sorting hat man. I like it how it's just the guy from before, but now he has on a wizard hat. He looks like the dad from Matilda. He's got on that same sort of suit. Careful though, you'll be paying it back much each month until you're even. Oh, this is because we have no money. Okay, I really like this because I wanted to start a campus with no money. I might end up actually doing this. Yeah. Let's do it like real college students. I think that this would be kind of like poetic justice. That rather than, college students having to take out loans, that the college itself has to take out a loan to finance the students, No money challenge. I'm already done. That's my challenge. That's what I'd been looking for, though. Hey, Kraken Priest, thank you for the prime. Taking out a loan, be foolish or humble, be easy being mean. Why does she take such pleasure in being mean? She doesn't seem that bad. How's the attractiveness? These graphical overlays are so dang beautiful. Like, they look really good. Wait a minute. Is this to say that this man is food? This is a disturbing new piece of information. Potions room. I'm gonna say, let me be less of an idiot this time, though. So we didn't buy this part, but we're clearly gonna need to buy that. Let's wait on the first area expansion, though, because that was pretty stupid of me for doing that last time. I'm really excited to bring this place to life. I think we'll have 4 buildings, but let's think about what it's going to be in each one. So this is like the student life area. I like how they've laid this out. It's very Hogwartsy. Look, even the beds are at a slight angle. Wouldn't that disturb you, though, as someone living in one of those rooms? It looks like an archaic husband and wife live here, where they don't share a bed. Like as they did in old farmer times. Old farmer times. I miss him. Right, let's go ahead and build a lecture now. Serious time. Man, everything is so, nicely chiseled out. What am I going to do with mine? Let's just copy the original designs that it... that's a great idea. Just work with what already works. Noom. Darn it, I wanted to keep that going for a moment. Oh well. I think that looks really good though, don't you? There we go. Do that. And maybe a couple of plants, because the other buildings weren't looking as good before. Yeah. Do that. Like elusive plants in there. Good. Everyone's happy with that. Potions room. Man, now suddenly it got all quiet. What is it that music reminds me of? There's such a range of genres in here. It's kind of like, what do they call that instrument? It wasn't the sitar, but it comes up in sitar types of music. Very much reminded me of the Beatles. Hang on, we're going to need a dark arts teacher. How about Brad Parker. Gets thirsty easily. How does that work? Put that in the resume. I could easily become thirsty at any moment. This is just kind of true for all teachers, though. They can't use the bathroom or eat. Think of all that you could name on one time on your hand the number of times you've seen a teacher walk into a bathroom or take a bite out of something. Gets thirsty easily. They all are getting thirsty easily. You're good. Holly Hawk, despite the fact that you can't face the camera. Okay, and let's have another potions room here. Hang on a second. Speaking of getting thirsty easily, I'm a little thirsty. That's much better. Can I fit it in? No, I can't really get that in there. All right, let's just have it kind of an awkward... You know what I want to do? I have a new idea. I should have done this before. Hang on a second. You know, we get... Cancel? No, you know what? Just, yeah, delete that room. Gonna go ahead and we're gonna take away some of this room's room. Confirm that. Sell that item. And then we go back and we have it fit in nice and snug like Tetris. So what I'm gonna do, this is just gonna blow your mind in a second. Whoa, 6x7. What is he thinking? Potions room. That's good. Look at how easily they could get from one room into the other. Good. Yeah, we can't really make any choices there. Bring on the school year. Yeah, not really it's not the mandolin, it's... I think it might just be like a surf guitar with a lot of reverb, actually. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't remember what they call the, like, it's not like a wah-wah, it's not like psychedelic. You know, like a wah-wah pedal like Hendrix used to use. Why is it raining comets? What is that? Yeah, we just had a meteor shower. Man, look at it snowing, though. It's snowing. And we could even buy the hedge maze. Oh, they built hedge mazes into the game. What's even the point, though? There's got to be something like the Fast Walking Club, how this could give them a lot of practice. Oh, evil wizards. Hang on a second. They're going to need some pastoral support. Where do we need Oh, because of the evil wizards. Yeah, I should have figured that. All right, well, if it only needs to be 3x3, we could fit this in somewhere slim. All right, we'll keep that hall. I'm not going to interfere with building 1. Building 1 is its own thing. It's doing good. I want to keep a lot of these spaces open. I think I'll just slip it in here. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the Oh, or is this therapy? Maybe this is therapy, yeah. There's a box of... this is kind of funny, actually. Yeah, that works. No, it's not the bassoon. But it was a good guess. Resolve one pastoral issue. Okay, so now we gotta hire somebody who can assist with pastoral care. So, pastoral care. What, is this like if you think that you're a pasture or something like that? I seem to have turned into a field. Nobody's a pasture. Large radiator slant. Ooh, that could be useful. That could be useful. Nobody's a pasture. Much better, yes. Did I hire a potion teacher? Of course I probably hired a potion teacher. I hope I did anyway. Let's go ahead and put in some more radiators in here. Keep people warm while they're walking around. I'm not sure if this really matters. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I should probably read the flavor text, but I haven't been doing that. Repay my loan. Oh, good. We're repaying the loan every now and then. Average. What happens if we declare bankruptcy? Average B plus grade on campus, but fortunately this has already been built for us. Campus level 15, so this is actually a rather steep requirement. But that is to say pretty much like work on your own and just try to make the campus all that it can be. Look, an Eye of Newt. Eye of Newt. Hang on a second. How are we doing in class? We have her whiny, wait a minute, can I her Heine Granger. That's a big... Wait, is that a piece of broccoli? No, it's a spoon. What's in there? I'd like to take a bite of it. Yeah, that looks like a good time. Making future child soldiers. Yeah, probably. That's what Hogwarts was about. All of them getting brainwashed. Some people, Harry Potter is very, like, dear to a lot of people. I feel as though it came out at a time when many people were, or well, maybe I just have rose-tinted lenses because it came out when I was a kid. We had like a triple whammy when I was a kid. We had Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and I mean they came out with the Star Wars prequels, but there was just like a lot of good children's movies when I was a kid. I was okay with Harry Potter. I was more of a Lord of the Rings type of person. I see the appeal, though. I just didn't like how they divided that last movie into 2 parts. I wanted them to get it cleanly done in one. You know. Tell me about it. Excellent personal hygiene, you're hired. Poor personal hygiene, but you can upgrade things. Toilet comfort decreases faster than most, moves faster than... Yeah, that's good. Hungry... Bodie McBoatface. Alex McBoatface. Who was Bodie McBoatface? Who was that again? You can defend us from the evil, though, and you move fast, despite your failures in life. I'll take you. Average student drink rating of 50%. What does that mean? Like they drink a lot? It's always God. This reminds me of when I was a kid at my cousin's house. Or my friend's cousin's house, and their other cousins who were, like, kind of older came over, and they asked one of the younger cousins, "Have you been drinking lately?" And she was like, "Yeah." This young kid, I'm like, classic older cousin move. Flashback there, flashback. Don't do that to your younger cousins. That's not, they'll be upset with you when they get older, when they understand what you meant. Yes, our students have been drinking a lot. Whatever this is, burp. Cheesy gubbins and morsel men. Cheesy gubbins. I might eat that. I might reach for that on the shelf. That'll be a good time.
Distracted students should pretend that they're listening.
Yes, distracted student. School has never been a waste of time. Now, why are they all like My Chemical Romance, though? I was expecting to get more like wizard people. Oh, there's something. What is... somebody made a mistake in here. Oh no, we've accidentally summoned a demon. Right, so you're just feeling kind of depressed. Oh, thinking about dropping out, so you're... You have been moralized by a man in an orange vest. Why do they all wear orange vests? All right, next victim. Good, you're a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. That's all that he tells him when he walks in here. Oh, wait a minute. We've got Life Munchers invasion. Who are the... Oh, they're like the Death Eaters. That's actually very funny. The Life Munchers. Why is that so... That is excellent. Hang on a second, I want him to encounter him. Alright, give him the Rasen gun. He just water guns him too. I give up. They have water here. That's a good one, right? Good, they got another one. Lots of Life Munchers being thwarted. It looks like this guy was running in here for the bathroom, not the... Whatever he's doing in there anyway. We probably need a bathroom on this campus, I'm just noticing. I should really pause the game at the beginning and just make these things, but I've noticed that I've never really been penalized for not having a bathroom in the school. When you think about it, everything could break down, all order, and it would just be bad. Let's make this one 3 deep. I felt like it was a bit claustrophobic in our earlier bathrooms. That's much better, right? Actually, no, we'll put it in the thick of it. Maybe get a trash can, get some sinks going. I should have put that in a different... who cares? I've not noticed too much collision issues, like when people run into each other. Ooh, Ooh, I can move the whole thing thus. That's nice.
Sweet,
Hey.
sweet Ambi. How I've missed your wonderful timbre. Hope you are well, my guy.
Hey, F-Dog, thank you very much for the 500
Stupid
bits. Hope you're
questions
doing good.
will make you look
I've missed your timbre. Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about tambourines. We were just having a discussion on instruments. And I was hoping that that might have been the instrument I couldn't identify earlier. Now, wait a minute. Yes, thank you very much for the 500 bits. That's very generous of you. Thank you. People are being turned into jack-o'-lanterns, and something's got to happen. I think we'll do like a shower room across the hall just so that people can get cleaned up and ready for, Wingardium Leviosa in the other room. Or whatever. What am I saying? I'm just full of, like, bad Harry Potter references. Probably inaccurate ones, too. Didn't they have Wingardium Leviosa in the bathroom?
If you don't know where your class is it
Oh no,
really
that was the
worth it?
Polyjuice potion. My bad. Wrong one. I really liked the Harry Potter books, though. I thought they were really well written. I think the movies... the movies were very good. They were ridiculously good. But then I got tired at the 5th one because he just kept complaining. You know? Like, it didn't seem he had much to say. It was just all caps. Harry was screaming at everybody. Average thermal comfort rating. Now, this would actually be a pretty easy thing to fix. Let's see the thermal. Oh, we're really having a lot of thermal out here. I think we can fix this up pretty easy, though. A radiator. Another one. Good. Put one in the shower so you can take a nice hot shower in a way that no one would expect it. Good. Man, it's kind of occurring to me now, like, just how much placement in building. I'm really gonna have to put on my architect thinking cap when I sit down for this. Because there's, like, almost it's very good customization, but I'm not... Maybe I've just been playing things that are so archaic that I feel, like, afraid of how much customization there is. It's like a caveman discovering a car after he just... You know what I mean? Like something so advanced that how could he even possibly comprehend what's going on around him? Start to get ready for what's probably most likely going to be here. Now, they still seem to be walking outside, but fortunately we've made use of like an indoor-outdoor type of campus. Enjoyment is being had of the indoors and the outdoors. Good. Yes, enjoyment is being had. What else would be being had? Oh, no, we've been cursed by Zeus again. Head for the hills, everyone. Head for the bathroom. Head for the bathroom. Yeah. All right, thermal comfort rating is back up there.
Students are reminded to find themselves.
So how do we get the average grade up? The private tuition would be good. Highly trained teachers, nicer environments, better equipment, and general happiness. So let's go start working on our teachers kind of training. This is an area they don't have to use too much. Probably give them a lounge as well. I think the pumpkin head is okay. I think that's just them getting turned into a pumpkin. You don't... I mean, if you woke up one day, you wouldn't be... I'm always disappointed that my head isn't a pumpkin yet. Because that's what we're heading for. Man, the temptation to just make it into a night school with an identity crisis is so high.
The academic year is now
Let's see. Training room. Here we go. This surprisingly is kind of a small room. There we go. And
End of year results published. Now.
good. Got all that. Awards ceremony. One failure. Good. We need someone than whom to be better.
Was that
Haha, you fail. You are a failure. I don't mean it. It's not so bad. Now, the dark arts, are we really doing the dark arts right now? Well, we're definitely doing wizardry. And I mean, do you think that at Hogwarts you had to, like, pick a major? Like, well, are you going to be in witchcraft or wizardry? Which one is it? You got to make a decision one of these days. You know, maybe they had Dumbledore as an advisor. Still 10 course points, but I think that's all we can do for now. What else was I going to do? Oh, yeah, private tuition. Or training. Private tuition. Yeah, it's kind of near the classroom, so that would sort of make sense, and we'll have people as, like, full-time tutors. Go to one of the luxurious full-time tutor rooms, why don't you? Here we go. I don't know why I sound like a Canadian.
Breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
Moves faster than most. That's enough job qualifications for me. I think we also need a staff room. Let's put that right next to here, near the training. Who is refusing to pay their fees? Expulsion. Just throw him in the garbage. How dare you? How dare you not pay the fee? Pumpkinhead. Oh, they aren't happy about having a pumpkin for head. Well, then I'm going to expel you. Yep, yeah, well, we'll see about that lawsuit. Yeah, go crying home to your mom. Just don't sue the school when you tell them that we did irreversible physical damage to your face. You ought to be ashamed for yourself not paying for the school. Goodbye. That was actually somewhat sad. Carrying on then. Alright, let's make a staff room to reward our staff for being so good to our deserving students. Put their feet up on this table and turn... Why are the staff turning people into pumpkins? Needless to add... Need I ask these things? Yeah, he signed the waiver. Fair. He's too afraid to sue us. Otherwise, we'll turn the rest of him into a stalk. You know. Excuse me, I feel a sneeze coming on. Why do I feel like it's going to be a magical sneeze, though? Excuse me. No, I had the lack of satisfaction from thinking I was going to sneeze, but then not sneezing. That's probably the worst thing that could happen. At the suggestion of sneezing. Here it goes. Nice. Oh. This will be my competitive school. Now, this unfortunately probably brings down the thermal rating of the entire campus, so that is actually quite a drawback. That's bad. Yeah, sneezing is very satisfying. I'm sorry I missed out on that natural burst of dopamine.
Ambi, hello.
Or whatever it is. Dark art teacher. Here's what we need now. Okay, Pearl Raffle or Ludwig Markenfield. That's a good name. Man, how are all of these names so consistently great? You are, like, objectively better than the other one. I always feel like it's just better to go with quality rather than pay. Yeah, maybe I could be wrong about that, though. At least it keeps the students coming in and happy. Spells room. Spells room. Spells room. Huh. Right, there we go.
Students are reminded to set
Spells room. This needs to be 6 by 6, so we'll throw that down there. Ooh. Very, Illuminati. Or whatever it is. The check mark, the can jam, and love. I don't know what those 3 things mean, but okay. Assistant qualified in pastoral. Oh, we need more assistants. Yeah, let's hire more of everybody. Moves fast. Good for getting away from people if they bring up very serious problems in pastoral care. Good. We'll probably need you as, I don't know what we'll need you for, but probably for something in the future. I'm not really checking qualifications anymore. You... Belinda Pillow. Pretty good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, one wonders, like, what other things there will be. 2-point prison, 2-point airport, 2-point, dump. I don't know. The dump. The dump. Wait, didn't we just hire a dark arts teacher? Or did I not do it? Did I do that thing? Poor personal hygiene, drops litter. None of them are really that great, but we'll take you. Okay, I guess I didn't do it. And we'll do a potions room.
Teacher required to do some teaching. Thank you.
6x6. I hope we have enough room for this here. Good. Yep, that fits perfectly right there. We already had one of these, but I guess it's because we're expanding. Yes, it's because it must be because we're expanding the course. Why is everyone depressed in the spell room? Oh, this is like dual class. That's making the other boy very unhappy. Please don't cast spells on each other. I feel as though they do some of this in the hallways when they're... Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. I thought I saw, like, stills of them casting spells on each other. Maybe it was some in-game object or something. But there are a lot of funny interactions in here. Like, have we seen anybody go into one of the wardrobes yet? Sometimes they'll just walk into, like, Narnia. Right here. Is this guy going to do it right now? No, he's having, like, a Hamlet moment. Never mind. Yeah, that does sometimes happen, though. Ooh, that's a big classroom. Get everybody in there. Campus level 15, average grade B+ on campus. Okay, so do we have the private tuition going? Yeah, but everyone's cold. There's just so many things to kind of keep track of. Like, there's a lot of moving variables here. There we go. That's pretty good.
Please not come in.
I think I made it a bit big. The life munchers are back. Those life munchers. Actually, this is probably going to be a room later on. Just trying to make sure I have enough of everything. You know which building? This building, though. I don't have any heating in here. Heating would probably be nice. Oops, that's the door. And that's pretty good. Rotate that. Go there and... think we're good. It's just this one hallway where people will probably get cold. But then before too long, they're back out in the great outdoors where they're up. Another life muncher invasion. Now, are we fending them all off? Yes, I believe we are. Good. Select campus management. Can we just pay the entire loan right now? That might be good to do. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. I know we've got to expand, but we're just at the beginning of a new year, and we don't really need too much money right now. Total remaining balance. We could take other ones, too. Smelling out the best deals. Yeah, I mean, I might as well not pay the percentage. Just pay the whole thing off right now. Good, we paid it all off. Okay, our school's ready. We've got $35,000. That's what we made from all of this. Got everything going. Which room is cold? None of those rooms are, except for the main room, which is cold. Of course, that is cold. It's blue with cold. But you know, I mean, if the sun is blue, blue suns are the hottest suns, right? So let's apply that logic to this, and it must work. I'm so hot that I'm blue. Do one out there. Okay, that's a little bit better. At least they get to the warmth over here. Nice, nice, nice. I guess we could kind of take a moment for room attractiveness. Or just kind of like zoom out and appreciate everything. I wonder if there's a way to turn off the HUD. I always like to... Hang on a second, is there a way? Can I do photo mode? That's nice. That's how I like to play these games. Is just kind of like go back every now and then and appreciate all the nice... I know it's not isometric, but it kind of feels like it's in the vein of isometric games. So I kind of talk about it like that. Pink sun. I believe red suns are the coldest suns, followed by orange, followed by yellow, or something like that. And then white is pretty hot, and then blue suns are the hottest. Isn't that the order? Or is white the hottest? I don't know. I don't think it'll ever matter, because I think if I were ever going toward the sun, any sun would be too hot for me. Oh no, Miles Peregrine is considering dropping out. Top complaint is Pumpkinhead. So how is this Pumpkinhead thing happening? Because why are people coming back with pumpkin heads? Caused by a wizarding hex. So how do we undo that? Can we get like a medical facility? Because so many people are developing this medical problem of having this thing, and it's wreaking havoc on my university. I won't have this. No more pumpkin heads. Medical issues. Yeah. Let's make it 3x4 so we just have a little bit more room. I guess this is like a reception kiosk. I don't know why they would need it though. They pretty much just like walk in and they're good. Let's put it right there. Okay, and then we'll just hire some assistant who can be qualified in that. Do you actually require any type of qualification for that?
Are non-transferable.
Are you any good? I don't want poor personal hygiene in here. But you get thirsty easily. You're pretty good. I'll take you. Can you heal pumpkin heads? People with pumpkin heads, that's been the issue we've been... I mean, of all things to have a problem with. Look, these kids are normal, but the other ones... Someone replaced their heads with pumpkins, and well, that does something to somebody's confidence, you know? I get it. But maybe if you put a Band-Aid on it, it can be fixed. Who is this? Who is... knocking on my chamber door over here? Who dis? Who are you? Tabitha Windsock. What, is she like Flava Flav? Evaluation criteria, economic. What, John Maynard Keynes didn't wear around a giant gold chain to show everyone that he was an economist? Kids these days. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you do need medical expertise to run a clinic. These people have the pastoral expertise. We haven't had anybody who can, like, dispel the pumpkin head. It seems as though few new pumpkin heads are being caused. Like, I see a few walking about the halls, but some have adjusted to post-transformational life. So perhaps we'll invent a cure to it. Campus level 15. The grade has actually gone down. We were at a C+, and now we're at a C-. But the library in here is pretty good. I don't want to knock the library. I mean, like, it's actually kind of nice to see them all interacting in one building like this. This is, I think, what this game does really well. Just... Look, this guy's sleeping. Oh, what was that? Man, I thought we... Maybe these buildings just don't have ceilings. That's how they're getting struck by lightning. Calm down. We'll build a ceiling when we get more tuition money from you. We need more money. We just have the essentials right now. We've had space heaters that are horrible. They're just leaking off so much. You don't even have a pumpkin head, man. What's your problem? Well, in all seriousness, let's be good. We've gotten rid of more life munchers. Let's see. We got to get the average grade up, and we got to get the campus level up. So I think we're going to need to wait until the end of the year to just get more courses, and that's quite a good way to do that. We could also expand the entire place. We're at $76,000, so I've really been wanting to do this. I want to see if there's any point to this. Oh, wait a minute. Did I mess this up, actually? Yeah, I did it. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I have another one I can buy. Yeah, I wanted to buy more land, just because I think it'll be useful. Okay, it did come with buildings, so that's not going to be useless. I would have used those, but I wanted to see the hedge maze, just for... I think I'll buy it empty the next time I'm back down on money again. but now I'll probably do that the next time. Let's go ahead and just make other essential stuff that we need. So we're probably going to need some place for students to sleep. We've already got a little bit right there. Actually, that is pretty good. Let's build a student union instead. We got level 10 too, so that's good. Good, student union doesn't need to be huge, but it needs to be like nice. There we go. That's good. Monthly profit minus 40, probably because everybody's got pumpkin heads now. Who is causing this? I think it's when lightning comes down from heaven, right? Wish these games supported multiple. I know, that might be helpful. Well, we do have sort of like... Well, we have the indoor and outdoor distinction. And this is somewhat elevated, but I guess it's just one floor on the inside that you get to. Man, I feel like everyone is just upset in this school. Wants to drop out, but I feel like that we're pretty much getting a full taste of the game now. Fuming bored, bored stiff bookworms. Okay, so then they probably just need some form of entertainment. Oh, we didn't even build a student lounge. Okay, this is starting to make sense now. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. Staff room. Student lounge, here we go. Phew, because we're running out of money. Yeah, we are. I guess the couch, though I rarely see them sitting in the couch. Put one of these down. Wait a minute. There we go. Some sort of bloody knuckles station. I don't know what is that?
In case you hadn't noticed.
I'm running out of space now. See that? Why do we keep getting attacked by occult spirits? Can't really fit it. I'll put that in anyway. They can't wash their hands there, but I'll give them hand sanitizer on the way out. Good. Alright, I think that's it.
A convenient time for construction.
Oh yeah, and we need this too.
The academic year is now over.
Oh wait, academic year is over. Okay, we're gonna get another report now in a second. Here we go, view awards. Alright, good. Now we can get rid of all our base failing students. King of Hearts, awarded the campus that cultivated the best. Hey, how did we do that? I genuinely have no idea. Everyone dropped out and failed. That was actually quite high. We had an average exam score of 61. Well, it must be hard to, to whiz. Next year's tuition fees, $546. My God, this is very expensive. That's good. Let's go ahead and examine what is the most expensive class, and then just work off of that. We could do robotics, I suppose, but then we'd have to go up the whole robotics tree. And I also am supposing that we don't have the types of people exactly that might be inclined to take these courses. Like, maybe we need to kind of match to the current student populace. Or not, okay. I mean, well, oh, wait a minute. Is it here? Assignments. Ooh, there's a whole variety of assignments, too. Students expelled. We did expel that one guy, that's true. I say that we just keep on upgrading dark arts in this. Let's just keep doing this as per normal. Now we're going to need another dark arts teacher and another wizardry teacher. But fortunately, we've already built up all of the infrastructure to do that. Gets thirsty easily. Might be okay with that, though. This person has a good bladder. This seems like stupid grounds on which to choose your employees. Well, but honestly, that is probably one of the most useful things. Doesn't have to go to the bathroom all the time. Is this inaccessible or something like that?
Janitor needed in dormitory.
Hang on a second. We gotta move this around. The pick up and put down is pretty easy, though, in this game. I'm not getting any issues with that. Okay, can we move this even with people around? That's useful because it's annoying when you can't do that. I always hate that in games when they're like, someone's standing there, haha, you can't change anything. But yeah, this is fine. Alright, well, let's just ignore the people who are considering dropping out now. Turns out our students were all just pretty much miserable.
Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
Do nothing with the best of them, though. He's tame around lately. 100% of students are bored. Well, hang on a second. They won't be so bored in a minute because we have this small room of activities for them to be not bored. Who would have thought that boredom would have destroyed our university? I hardly would have seen it coming myself. Do you think it's possible that people just stay in the heat and then, like, die of exposure to the heat because they were standing too close to the thermal lamps? Because I see that as being a problem I'm going to have painfully close in the near future. There we go. Good. You're just the right temperature.
Education is
Good,
not
yeah,
fun.
get something to drink if they turn your head into a pumpkin and it'll all feel better. C+, campus level 15. Okay, we're good. I wonder what the announcer... Again, I'm going to go ahead and say a lot of this, like, I slightly regret doing it all. Or a lot of it feels like I would need to be playing it on my own rather than streaming it just because of the way that the announcer says certain things. Like, if I were to put on the DJ in the background, they always have all of these ironic comments to make about the particular locale that you're at. But yeah, this is not my favorite song on the track. Where's the other one? The one with the, like, reverby guitar. Alas, I don't know how to get it.
Plagiarism is not a belief system.
Actually, speaking of which, is 2 Point Hospital like this? Like, is it progressing from hospital to hospital, or is it just one big sandbox? Everything much better. One student is considering dropping out. Bored, stiff. Come on, go to the fun room. Go to the fun room. You'll like it in there. And how come no one is going to sleep in these beds? There are 8 perfectly good beds there. Right there. Warlock poster required. Hang on a moment. I will get you your Warlock poster. In fact, let's answer some of these contracts. You want a love bench? Well, what is a school without a good love bench? There we are.
Intruders on campus. Oh no.
A bench press. Okay, let's just put that right out across from the love bench so that you can press people. And then you find love and you walk over to the love bench. Because that's how working out works. Accept. I don't know what I'm accepting. I'll accept that too. Why not? Let's unlock and place a... Ooh, we have like a vegan kiosk or something like this.
Sandwiches will be eaten
Yeah, that's
by
nice. That's nice. Well, I need someone who specializes in vegan. Oh, good. We have somebody who can heal the pumpkin heads now. I needed that a long time ago. Okay, good. You found a job. You found a job. We're probably going to need more people anyway, though. Good. This guy's good. Yeah, I don't know. The things that I've said in this game are bizarre. But it's nice to see a game sometimes that just is so wacky like that, you know? Like just something that goes so... dips into the mad. You know, as they say. Like, very accessible. A lot of the things that I play on my channel aren't as accessible as this, but it's nice to kind of do something different for an alternative.
Return to the hospital. Thank you.
We got a good thermal rating. Though the one thing we are still struggling with is grades. We can get more private tuition in here, and maybe we'll hire some more teachers, but I want to see what else we can do, because it seems like we've hired so many people. But sometimes that's just the answer. I should probably train them as well. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Ooh, you're good with research. Even this, you know, despite the fact that you struggle with toiletries, I'll still take you. And let's have a private tuition room here. I think I'm gonna need to make some decisions. There's one. Private tuition, that should increase grades. Right, you know, I should really get in some, like, faculty training. Didn't I make room for this back there earlier? Oh no, we didn't even train our own faculty. Bartholomew Beer. Let's train our educators a little bit better. How about Benjamin Shaker? He doesn't seem too particularly smart. We could level him up in his wizardry skill. Actually, go ahead and like make sure we're placing everybody the right places. I feel as though I'm not really going very deep into the like optimizing where every faculty member is, and that would make my life significantly better. Like this guy is clearly spending his whole day in the medical area, which is good for him. He needs to do that. But we should really just make sure that he does only that. There we go. And then save, like, unspecialized people for other things. Now, what other kinds of clubs do we have here? Because now that we've warmed everyone up, we can make better use of this outdoor area as well. What kind of clubs we got going? Nature Club Stand. Get in touch with the earth and the rest of the elements. Club members maintain camp. Oh, like people will help the plants. Yeah. That seems useful. Yeah, let's get people helping out the plants. Let's put like sort of a bazaar of clubs here along the path that people could annoyingly give you flyers. Don't you remember when they did this?
There's a fly in here.
You ever went to a university campus, like everyone's handing you something? And you try to just look away. You just try not to look at them and keep walking. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Train an assistant in Medicare. We have the one guy now, so this guy's actually doing a pretty good job. We've got good... What are you... You're staring at the wall. He looks very uncomfortable, this man. Like, there's no one in the room, and he's just looking around like he's just murdered. This woman just came in and then walked out immediately. He jogged over. Okay, this man is... Get this man into the pastoral office.
Hard work may
And the
or
sound
may
is very
not
good in
pay
this,
off.
too. Like, I'm even getting a slight squirt from the hand sanitizer thing. Just everything has its own little effects and animations. I mean, 10 out of 10 with, like, the animations and effects and stuff like that. Just, I'm going to have a lot of fun filming this video. I think this will be a very fun video to watch. Like, look at that. Yeah, she's not going to drop out. She has nowhere else to go. We're the only wizarding school on the East Coast. Come on. Are you really telling me that she's going to find another place? Really? No way. No way, Jose. Yeah, she's not going to do it. Dropout. Good luck finding somewhere else that you're going to learn spells. See if I care. See if I care. All right, let's go ahead and hire somebody who can upgrade stuff. I didn't read over your entire bio. Do you have any problems?
Students are reminded.
Oh, no,
to
he's
set
actually horrible.
reminders.
Oh, well. Hopefully he was cheap. Research. That was what I wanted to do. So let's go over to the other building, because this is where we're going to isolate the faculty members who don't teach and they just do research, which I think is fine. Yeah, where else are you going to get a job? You have an incomplete wizarding school degree. You think that's used anywhere else? That is not marketable, man. It's hard enough to sell a complete wizarding degree in the first place. Hang on a second, let's Let's do more of these. I liked these things that gave me the increased percentage of research speed. Oh, and you know what? I have enough money again. There we go. Research project. Let's just research. Ah, these carry across campaigns. That is kind of nice.
You came here on
So let's try buying this one empty. And does it stay like it is? Please tell me that I get to keep the hedge maze. No! My beautiful maze! Why? Can I fast build there? No, I guess you gotta build your own thing again. Okay, well, whatever.
You know what?
There goes that weird guy from the... I would really like to follow one of these people's stories, you know? Like, make one very powerful teacher. You know, they don't age. They're immortal. Just see what one guy accomplishes over the course of his lifetime. We don't want him to be in a cold office here. Let's put him somewhere warm. Oh yeah, the archaeology thing. I saw that in the IGN review. Did Spiff do that too? Yeah, there are some schools that can just be like funded by completely just by digging up fossils. Like that's how you fund the entire place. Supposedly there's also another one that can fund itself through entertainment. It's I think that might be like the party school. That one's pretty later on. But I'm going to see about what I can do to unlock that at the end of this, because all I've got to do is get my grades up to average of B+. Actually, that's somewhat hard. I'm going to have to go drill down on each individual classroom, though. Just make sure that each teacher is the best possible one. So who is in charge in here? Who is overseeing this potion usage? Look, this guy has on, like, graduation robes or something. Very good, very good. So there is no teacher in here. Yep, no teacher. Got the assistants working, the teachers just in the lounge eating peanut butter sandwiches. Get out there and teach. Oh my god, this place is a disaster. They never put in garbage cans in the prefab room. I think that the students are going to work to keep the campus clean now, though, because of the garden club. Good garden club. Now you see the real reason why I made the garden club.
Complete. Aren't you clever?
Also, too, we need many more janitors. Roger Bulge. Boris Bind. I like that name. I don't know. Maybe I should just go entirely off of names now. I felt like just seeing that disaster made me want to hire 2 janitors. Can you name your school? I feel like I should have named it something by this point in time. I've actually been at this for a while now. I think I am going to probably head out in a minute. We're at campus level 15. I wanted to just like get through a lot of the levels. At this point, I'm kind of excited to just try a sandbox, and I want to see what it can look like on my own. But I think there's a little bit more to be done here. But it might require some micromanagement and... Well, until I like really know what I'm doing, like deeply in the game, I kind of want to keep that to a minimum. So, anyway, I guess we'll probably draw it to a close there. Is there anybody else in the category we can send a raid to? But I think we are gonna head out. Again, this was a sponsored stream, so big thanks again to this is Sega, and they're the publisher technically. So always fun to work with the Hedgehog people. We did Humankind last year. But then 2 Point Studios is the dev here, and it was neither one it was a different group I'm working with right now, but really nice people to work with. So big thanks to them for this.